Hello, SnoopyDupas, kids, adults, everybody in the room. Hello. Listen, I don't know what kind of fucking weird shit your sister Sunny is trying to pull here with her fucking astrology. Took me, 17 seconds to say a bad word. I don't know what kind of weird shit is going on here, but something happened today and I'm upset and I need to know what's going on, okay? This isn't my forte. I don't believe in this shit, but something weird happened today. And I need to talk to my kids about it. What's up, Melly? What's up, Ernie? What's up, Adam? You know we wouldn't go live last minute if it wasn't freaking serious. It's so serious, I didn't even cuss. I said frickin' when I didn't have to. Change your pics to the Hugin? Do it. Tiff, you're so smart. Now, your dad has a really bad headache. I also blame you for that. Kids, all you hippy-dippy kids who believe in astrology, I blame you. Listen to what happened to your dad. So, your dad's on an overnight schedule. It's been graveyard for a while, but your dad has some shows coming up this week. We'll talk about that later. I'll post a flyer. Tomorrow night, we're having a wrestling show. Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. Do you understand? Wrestlers we had booked canceled. We overbooked comedians. Then we had to scale it back. Then we had to scale it forward. Now I have no idea what's happening, but I've got comics. I got a comic from New York coming in. I got comics from everywhere coming in. We think we have one wrestler. We think he's going to bar fight someone. He's got another guy, he says. There's going to be blood in the bar. We don't have insurance. I don't know how this is going to work, okay? It's a show we used to have for years. Took a break. And it's a one-night only event. It's tomorrow night at Creek in the Cave. If you guys want to come in Austin, if you're in Austin. It's called Creek in the Cage. It's Dad's boyfriend, and our buddy Josh. And we do wrestling clip shows. We have comics come, and then we have wrestlers fight, and we hit each other with kendo sticks. Your dad has taken a few bumps there, okay? Sometimes we all fight. Sometimes dad's boyfriend gets chops to the chest from ladies in the crowd who want to hit someone. It's fun. We're doing that tomorrow night. But your dad had to flip his schedule, had to get back on track. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take a nap. I'm not going to make it too long. I'm going to keep it 2 hours. And then I'm going to try to get up and function for 12 and then sleep normal again so that we can do these shows and get over it, right? And this is going to take a minute, but we'll get to the point. So your dad's having trouble taking a nap. So I'm like, let's read that book that Summer sent. You know what book? This book. This one about new astrology for the 21st century. You see that? All right. So I start peeping it and I'm reading it. I'm reading about pigs, about cancers, about Leos, about all these different things. And I'm like, let's just skip to me. Let's be selfish. And I'm reading about things that are on my mind. And I'm like, this is weird. Nah, I'm manifesting this. There's no way. There's no fucking way. Hello, witch. She's a witch. Hello, rabbit. I love that you're speaking Spanish. Soy emocional. Un poco lamento mi falta. Perdón, por favor, mi amor. Love you to death. Está your albano? Anyway. Hello, Galen. How do I get a Hugin photo? That's what the world wants to know. Oh my God, Tiff, you're perfect. Melly, listen to this shit. You're going to love this. You're into this psychic bullshit. You're going to love this shit. So I'm sitting there. I'm reading the book, right? I'm doing the work. I'm doing the OSINT. I'm trying to be open-minded. Okay? Yeah, I'm about to bust. Listen to this, Michelle. Listen to this, Michelle, and my sweet clam and my Lori Life 360. Momushi, listen. I'm reading this book, right? Just a crazy Swiftie. I'm reading this book, Ernie Birdie. I'm reading it. I'm doing the work. Okay? Smartass Patriot, thank you for being a member. I'm so sorry about your AC. We were having AC problems at the same time. What the fuck was that? What was that? What was it, Pat? Where's Kim? Where's sweet Kim? Kim, Carrie, listen to this shit. Sweet Brooka here. You should come to the wrestling event. Come to Texas. Yeah, I read all about me. I'm like, let's just be selfish. Let's get to the point. So I'm reading the book, right? I'm reading this fucking fuckery. It's telling me these things. And what's weird is your dad, I have sleepwalking problems, but I also have extremely vivid dreams to the point where sometimes I'm dreaming and I'm dreaming that something's happening. And then I wake up and I'm doing something else, but I'm doing the thing in the dream. Like, for example, I've had dreams where I'm harvesting something out of there was one where I was like just getting kale or something, seaweed out of the ocean. And I'm like looking at it and I'm shaking it and I'm looking for jewels. And I don't know why. But in the dream, all I remember is I'm looking for jewels very vividly. And I wake up in my apartment. This was years ago. And I'm holding spaghetti over me from the fridge, old spaghetti. And it's just dripping on my face. Okay. So this shit happens. All right. It happens all the time. One time I had a dream I was climbing a mountain. I woke up. I was on top of my couch. This has not happened in a long time. I'll tell you in a minute about the Birchmore update. This actually ties into that. You're going to love this. It's fucking crazy. So I'm sitting there. I'm reading this book and it's talking to me about dreams, or it's at least the thing that's on my mind is dreams. It's relating very heavily to everything I'm thinking. I'm like, wow, this is weird. Then I get a ding on my phone, and that's where this comes in. Hello, Terrence Stone. Hello, welcome. I'm telling you about my freaky dreams, which I hate fucking talking about. I hate it when people talk about their dreams, and here I am. So I have an alert set up for a bunch of different cases. You guys know that Birchmore is one of them. It pops up on my phone. It says, hey, bitch, there's news. Something's going on. I start to read it, but as I'm starting to read, I start to fall asleep. What the fuck? I fell asleep with my phone on my chest. You know how you fall asleep and sometimes your phone hits you in the face? That must have happened because I remember reading it and I was asleep, Wake up a couple hours later. I look at my phone. During that time that I had slept, I had a fucking weird ass dream that I was basically in Massachusetts driving around Canton, and I stop at D&E Pizza and I get out, and it's so weird because I was just telling your Aunt Deb how I wanted to actually do this. And I get out and I go into D&E Pizza and I'm like, hand me a slice. And then I sit down and I start talking to Colin and to baby Brian and to the bald one. Is that Chris? I don't remember. Brian, one of them. I sit there and the bald one and then baby Brian and Colin, we're all talking. And I'm like, what the fuck happened, guys? And they're like telling me, they're like, we don't fucking know. And it's like a big misunderstanding. And I'm like, bah, how was the za? I don't know. It was dream za. But in my dreams, all the pizza looks like the Ninja Turtles cartoon. Like, you know how you pick it up and the cheese is all stuck and it's just 3 circles for pepperoni and there's no defined shadows on the cheese. Anyways, that's what it looked like. So I'm sitting there and I'm having pizza with these people. And I asked them, what do you think happened to Sandra Birchmore? And then boom, I wake up. And I wake up and I look down and I'm like, what the fuck? Do I call it mediocre? I don't know. I don't know if I call it mediocre. In the dream, the pizza was fine. Okay. It was fine. Dreamcat was fine with it. It was not a problem. It was Ninja Turtle pizza. So it was very good in the dream, maybe. I don't know. It looked nice. So I wake up and I look at my phone and I'm like, oh God, oh God. And I'm thinking like, that wasn't a dream. Wait, no, it is. I'm in my bed. What's going on? What time is it? Fuck, I woke up too late. I slept too long. Okay. You made propaganda. I love that for you, Rabbit. Thank you. We support propaganda for the Hugin. Yeah, it is crazy, right? So then I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, this is weird. And I keep reading and I'm reading the rest of it. And I remember like, oh, right before I went to sleep, I started reading this shit. Oh, I get in my car, I run some errands. I go to Trader Joe's, which I call Trader Joe's, by the way. But they have a very specific sweet potato salmon treat that only the Hugin can have it. It's very basic shit. It's fine. I do sleepwalk and sleep eat. Smart ass patriot. We're very much alike. And I'm sitting there and I'm like listening to this shit as I'm driving. And I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. And I'm just freaking out. Miss Parks, you're going to love this. You're going to fucking love this. And I'm thinking about how in the dream, there was one weird part where Colin and them were like, oh, Birchmore, oh, the cops totally did. Like they blamed the cops. Like they were pro Birch. And it was weird. It was a weird dream, right? So I'm like sitting there and I'm driving and I'm listening to this shit and I'm like, it's weird that I never fall asleep holding my phone. It's weird that I fell asleep listening to something so intriguing and crazy. It's weird that I dreamed about the Birchmore case. That's fucking weird, right? And what I was reading about in the book was a kind of about manifestation and shit. And I'm just like, oh, what the fuck? So then my best friend calls me and he's like, can you come pick me up? I'm stranded. I have to drop off my Turo. I'm way on the north side. I say, sure, buddy. You know him, Michael Priest. He's in here a bunch. So I go pick him up, right? I have Sandra Birchmore shit on. He goes, what are you listening to? I said, oh, it's this whole thing about the Massachusetts State Police and the FBI. It's crazy. Now, I've talked to him a little about Karen Reed. He doesn't listen. But what caught his ear is when I said, like, this cop killed a pregnant woman that he started grooming when she was a teen. And this shit happened. He just got charged after this because of XYZ. He's like, whoa, this is crazy. And he goes, what's weird? And I said, what? And he's like, I saw this shiny thing. And he goes, it was some kind of badge. It had something to do with Massachusetts. It was in my parking lot. I was like, what the fuck? So I drop him off. I'm in his parking lot. And he goes, hey, there's that thing. Back up a little bit. So I back up my car. My car's on top of it. This is what I was parked on top of. Let's see if I can get it to fucking adjust. Come on, bud. Can we get it? How do we? Fuck my face. Come on. Get in there. There we go. You see that? What the fuck is that, you guys? In Texas? Wow. My fingers still have makeup on them. I'm sorry. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Why is there a former Massachusetts State Troopers Association pin under my fucking tire? It's broken. Why is that there? Why is that there while I'm telling him about Sandra Birchmore and I'm having all these weird fucking dreams after reading that weird fucking book, Your Fucking Sister Sonny, something my fucking bitch ass? Why is that there in Texas, in Austin, Texas, right by the college, right by UT? What is this shit? It's metal. It's heavy. It's not fake. It's pretty nice. It's missing the back pin. What the fuck is this? Oh, boy, dad, indeed. I'm a boy dad now. No, what is this shit? Why? Why? There was nothing else out there. No. It was not in a box I got. Get this. It was at my best friend's house. Like, he lives far away from me. He lives way away. Like, I went to go drop him off. And he's like, I saw that. I thought it said Massachusetts, this little gold thing in the driveway. And I was like, what, dude? He goes, yeah, if it's there. He goes, it's weird you brought up Massachusetts. I saw that. I was going to pick it up, but I left it. And right where I parked, he goes, oh, it was right under here. And then he couldn't find it. And then he's like, wait, roll back. You're on top of it. And then this shit. And then I go, hand it to me. He goes, oh, weird. It says state trooper. He didn't know that it said state trooper. He just knew it was a pin that said Massachusetts. What is this shit? What is happening? Who does this belong to? Why was it under my car? Here's what else is weird. You know what? That's a good point, Ernie, because I was just talking about this. Literally yesterday, I was talking to someone about putting me in touch with this booker to do some gigs in Boston. And I called your Aunt Deborah and I said, listen, I'm thinking, like, literally yesterday, right before I went live with you kids, I said, I might be coming to Boston to do some shows. And what was weird is the dream I had when I was talking to him, this is why I think that my dream was just based on our conversation, because I told him, I said, I want to go there and I want to go into D&E Pizza and just casually order a pizza and see if I can strike up a conversation with these people. Like, I don't want to fucking grill them. I just want to see if they're like really big dickheads or if they're just mad at Turtle Man or like what the deal is, you know? And I told him, he's like, you're doing this to get to baby Brian. I was like, fuck off. Stop trying to read into my agenda. And yes, of course. So then I'm sitting there and I'm like talking to him about this and we're making jokes about it. And I was like, I really just want to taste the food there. And then I told him I'd stay at a motel in Canton or a hotel. And he goes, they don't exist. That's how small it is. And I was like, let me tell you about small towns. But anyway, it was wild. And he was like, you could stay in Foxborough. You could stay with me. I'm like, God damn it. Like, of course, we're going to fucking go search for Henry too. Like, I'm making these plans. I'm like, I'm going to do a comedy gig. We're going to get some skits. We're going to film some skits, me and the guys. And then we're going to go hunt for Henry. It's going to be fun. I'll do, comedy, Henry hunt, that. And then I'm like, fuck, when's the trial? Maybe I'll just go for the trial and I'll be sitting there mouth breathing next to Matt McCabe. Like maybe I'll do that. Why not? Fuck it. Yeah, maybe I'll go see Duty Ron. Maybe I'll go see Ed Wallace. Maybe I'll go see Melanie Little. Maybe I'll fucking hop around the island a little bit. Maybe I'll go fuck with Rex. Go to jail. Be like, yo, what's up, buddy? I'm here for a visit. Who'd you kill? Why'd you do it? It's fucking wild. I want Gay Jeff basement footage too. Did Gay, if that is that Gay Jeff's button? What's going on here? I told you he was tinkering with the Wi-Fi. But I was just talking about this. So just to be clear, yesterday, talking about booking a gig, going to Boston. I told Aunt Deb, I was like, I've done gigs in Provincetown. I'd love to go there again and see my friends. Oh, my psoriasis killed me today. I'm so sorry. Oh God. It's not a pick, it's a scratch. I'm like, you know, I could go, I want to go see John Cena's. I have so many plans. I have so many plans that I want to do that I've done before, but I also want to do. I want to go to Salem. I want to see where Gothic Baby gets swag. I have all these ideas. Then today, this morning, you know, I get the Sandra Birchmore ding. I fall asleep. I have a weird dream. I'm reading this fucking book about all sorts of shit and, you know, manifestation and all this weird shit about the stars. And then I fucking wake up and then I'm explaining the case to people. And then I find this state trooper shit. Who's stalking your dad? Is it not weird? I mean, I'm sorry. I don't think it has any, it's all a total coincidence, but what the fuck, dude? It really creeped me out. Now let's look at your responses because I'm done having a freak out. But oh my God. Oh, hello, Miss Pox is in the house. How was your flight, girl? How was your flight? I promise you most bar pipe places in MA are really good. I miss them. Okay. I believe you. When I was in Massachusetts, it had the best food. It was so fucking good. I love the Boiling Pot or whatever it was called in Provincetown. The place that Whitey Bulger ate, what was it, Crown and Anchor or some shit like that? I don't remember what it was called, but it was a bar. Whitey Bulger had eaten there. Apparently, he met up with some of his male lovers there. Apparently, some of them while supposedly doing the Lady of the Dunes thing, doing her in. You know? Like there's a lot of fucking history with me in Provincetown. I love my gays. I love the tip. I love a good curly tip. Love Provincetown. I would love to go back. But what the fuck is going on? That's weird, right? That's weird. Why is that weird? Massachusetts State spicy pickles. What do you got? Yeah, former. Who's the former? Oh, I didn't even tell you the other crazy part. I'm at Trader Joe's and I'm checking out. And like I'm checking out and the lady had an accent. The lady checking me out who worked there. And I go, what is that accent? And I said something like Long Island or New York because it did sound a little bit. And she goes, oh, no, Boston. And I was like, what? And I said, I made a joke. I was like, oh, are you part of the Norfolk DA? Like just making a joke. And she goes, how do you know about Norfolk? And yes, she was from there. Yes, she's from there. She's from there. She's like, I grew up there. I lived there. I lived in Canton. I lived in Staunton. She lived everywhere. And we talked about Karen Reed for like 2 minutes and I get in the car and then I go pick up my, so that's like multiple times. What do you think? Am I being haunted by Gay Jeff? Is he tinkering with my Wi-Fi? What is going on? Is it your sister Sunny? Did she plan this? Is Sunny a plant from the Massachusetts State Patrol? This is weird, right? This is fucking weird. And I don't believe in this shit. I think it's fucking dumb and I fucking hate it. And now I'm mad. Yeah, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck, Miss Pox? What do I do? I texted it to Gay Deb. Haven't heard anything back. Gay Deb. Aunt Deb. We're going to call her Gay Deb now. Aunt Jeff. We're going to say Aunt Jeff and Gay Deb. During that time, I fell asleep crocheting and I woke up and half the scarf was 4 inches longer than You crochet in your sleep? That's wild. You could get a lot done. You could start a whole sweatshop and just be asleep. It's not that the universe, if that's not the universe literally leaving you signs, I don't know what, I don't know what that is either. It must be something. It's not that. I think Proctor was there. I think Proctor came out of my butt and planted it. I don't know. I was seriously like, I was panicking. I'm hoping that your Aunt Deborah's like, oh no, you didn't know I sent that to you in a box a while back. And maybe it just stuck to my butt or my face or in my pocket and it came out. And I just never noticed that he sent me that. But I don't think that's possible. I don't think that Michael said it was in the driveway before that. He saw the shininess. He knew it was like Massachusetts something. In the shape of a pizza slice. It's haunted. Where did it go? I don't even believe in this shit. And now I believe in this shit. I'm so scared. It is. It's in the shape of a pizza slice. What is that shit? Any former Massachusetts state troopers or people who know them in the chat who could. What is that picture also? It's so tiny. Is that a moose or is that them beating the shit out of a human? What is that? What is this? Why is this? Why? Why did it follow me? That's a story for Land Pirate Radio. Tell me what Land Pirate Radio is. I've seen this on your YouTube. You got a pirate radio station going? I'm all about that. I've been on a few pirate radio stations. Big fan, big fan. Love it when you kids steal the airwaves. It's creepy, right? It's Higgy. Get out of here, Melly. You're fucking drunk. Yo, that would freak me the hell out. It's freaking me the hell out. Someone's looking for you. Oh, you're grounded. Melly's drunk. You're grounded. If it wasn't in a box, you got. Yeah, I don't know, Calamity. I don't know. I hope that Aunt Deb, Gay Jeff, Aunt Gay Jeff Deb, just text me back and is like, haha, gotcha. Or something. I mean, Michael said it was I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm gonna stop reading the book. Sonny, I want a refund. Sonny. Sonny. Thank you very much for the swearing combo comment. I really work hard at my cursing. Yes. This is creepy, right? It's kind of creepy. It's a sing. Oh no. Oh my God. Who's got the best pizza? There's no case to solve. They solved it. I mean, the Sandra Birchmore shit's solved. Karen didn't do it for the Karen case. Like, I don't know what the fuck. I do think I need to go there. I think it's my motherland. I think it's my Mecca. What if Massachusetts is my Mecca? I used to not be a fan of witches. I'm starting, like, I was, and then I wasn't, and then now I am again. I kind of want to. I really want to go now. I really want to go, and I'm gonna wear my state trooper pin. Maybe they'll let me have pizza for free. Yeah, I'm trying to make some logic. I'm reaching, trying to say, like, listen, this is nothing. This is weird. You think Poopa Tracta? Pula Tracta, and some of us Muddy Share running for the board. Dude, I'm so scared, Miss Pox. What is going on? What did Geft? I dream I can't sit up. Are you having, what are they called? Sleep paralysis? Laura, are you having sleep paralysis? Lock and load in accordance with all Texas federal. Yeah, dude. I'm gonna just shoot at the pin. Should I shoot the pin? Shoot to kill the pin? Yikes, right? The people of Massachusetts need your help. I know Tom CPU could use your technology. Who is Tom CPU? Is he a computer man? What's going on with him? Why is his name CPU? I kind of like it. I know he's involved somehow. I don't know how. I saw some video where he was like fucking arguing with someone out of the window of a car. And I was like, well, that's old me. I've shed that skin. I no longer fight on camera. Who is this guy? Does he need help? Does he deserve help? Is he a goodie? If you kids try to get me entangled with some sort of Grant Smith Ellis fucker that thinks he's a towel, I'm going to be irritated. Don't do that. They're onto us. They are. Poopa Tracta. No, I like Pula Tracta more now. I will be careful. They're watching. Gay Jeff's watching. Listen to the signs. Come to Boston. If I come to Boston, your dad, first of all, your dad doesn't drink. Okay? So if we go to the waterfall, they better have a liter of cola. All right? Not really. I need good iced coffee. Where's the good iced coffee in Boston? No Dunkin'. None of this bullshit. Okay? Listen, I'll read you fucking dream books you sent me because you paid for them, and I'm trying to be nice, even though they cursed me and made me feel weird. I'll do that, but don't ever fucking try to get me into Dunkin'. That's never gonna happen. It'll never happen. Okay? I did it once, and I can't. I got to do it again this year for Vegas for work shit and a comedy festival, and I'm not excited about a week of Dunkin'. It's really gonna. Ugh. Yeah, I gotta ask Duty Ron and Ed Wallace, which one of you guys put this here? Canton Police Department is reviewing the actions of an officer who kicked a suspect in the chest while he was kneeling on the ground during an arrest Saturday. Of course he did. Of course he stomped a man in the chest who was doing nothing. It's Canton. Don't be a human if you don't want to be attacked. Right? We want Gay Jeff's bait. We'll get it. I guess I'm sneaking into a basement. Get a lotto ticket? Oh, shit. That's actually a good idea. It's actually a pretty good idea. I'll come to Boston for the spring. I want to come for the fall. For the fall. I want to come in the cold. I liked it. I did the I think the festival I did last year or a couple of years ago was in October. There was a nor'easter, but I enjoyed myself. I remember a rat ran across my foot in the airport. That was freaky. And then a guy named Coyote said he'd give me free tattoos outside of a restaurant that was like supposedly a famous little place. And I liked it a lot. I ate lobster. What was that? No, crab or lobster. Fucking, what's that stuff? It's Benedict. It was like a little train car restaurant. And there was a guy in a leather coat. And he's like, my name's Coyote. I'll give you tattoos. I was like, no, thank you. But it was good. It was good. It was tasty. I remember the street smoke. It was night. It was the middle of the night. And the street was smoking like in Ninja Turtles. Like smoke was coming out of the ground. It was wild. I was like, this is just like Ninja Turtles. This is just like in the movies. It's in a different town in Massachusetts. One day, and that exact thing as a sticker wasted on the car in front of me, and I was listening to Melanie Live Karen's trial, and it was during Brian Albert testimony, was John. Oh, okay. So you had one of those weird things happen? Yours is full flare psoriasis? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, mine is covered with makeup pretty good, but it's like I'm so itchy here and behind the nose, and I just get it on my knees. My elbows are pretty gross. They're pretty bad. Yeah, it fucking sucks. But you know what? Lock and load lawfully, Patriotic says. Absolutely. Yeah, you'd throw up from the tattoos from Coyote or from the fucking button? The button's freaking me out. Click the like button. What do I do with this thing? What do I do with it now? Should I have them melt it down and put it in my tooth? What should I do? I need to stop putting stuff in my brain before I go to sleep. Well, God damn. I mean, I'm not allowed to have grapefruit and I'm not allowed to think. There are no coincidences. Everything has a reason. It will show in time if you pay attention. What, if any? Indeed. Was Whitey like that? Like what? Like what? I went to a bar in Boston that had an entrance in the back of a barber shop. I don't remember the name of it. Super fancy speakeasy bar. I didn't get to go to anything that cool. Think the troopers are running towards the border. Miss Parks. Best explanation I can think of. If anybody knows of a former Massachusetts state troop. Oh, God. Sorry. Your dad ate some salmon salad from Trader Joe's. It's not going good. It's not going good at all. Gay Jeff poisoned the salmon. Okay. If you know of any state troopers that I'm missing that might be running for the border, tell your dad because I got a lead. But then you told us about the other freaky stuff you've experienced. It's normal. It is normal. I've experienced lots of freaky shit. You're right, Lori Life 360 for the win. You win today. You're my favorite child. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's just a weird pin that happens to say that. Traitor Joe's. Fucking traitor. A lot are former now and more to come. Oh my God. Yeah, there's so many former ones. What is this? Noel. What is this, Noel? Noel. Noel. What the hell? Why was this in the street? I am so fucking scared. Yeah, I'm showering you guys with surprises. Actually, that's not good to say. Your dad isn't showering you. But I'll give you surprises. Sandra Birchmore. This is Birchmore. Right? Damn it. That was kind of funny, though. I got to admit it. I know you didn't mean it, but it was pretty funny. Stuff like that will make you believe. No, I don't believe anything. I just believe that Gay Jeff is tinkering with the Wi-Fi and I'm bothered. Yeah, I love NYC so much. I go crazy. I'm such a fucking douchebag when I get there. I'm a tourist. I like to stay in Times Square and I like to stay by the Empire State Building because it's cheap. And I met a lot of pretty cool hookers. Like, I swear to God, I met one who was like, she was like, I'm working the streets. I got 2 baby turtles. And she had 2 baby turtles and she let me play with them. And I was like, thank you. And also, I really like the street performer dudes. And The only thing I don't like is when the Tibetan monks try to hustle me, because there's the legit ones, but then there's the ones on Times Square who like hands you things and then they're like, give me all your fucking money. And they're really aggressive. And then there was a really crazy lady that was doing street performance that I was like, can someone call her an ambulance? And they're like, she's just like this. And I was like, okay. Actually, I have a cousin who was a Massachusetts state trooper, lost touch with. But man, do I wish I could call him now. Call him. Call him. Tell him he can have this. Ask him questions. Ask him what this is about. Ask him who gets these. Did they all get it? What's going on? Yeah, I think not. The universe is speaking, my dude. Yeah, I do. Here's the thing. I kind of believe in signs, but I don't think they're like, I do think they're coincidental, but I think they're like, I don't know what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. I'm scared. It can't be that. God. I'm sorry. I have to vape. I'm freaking out right now. What is this? It can't be that. It can't be that. No. They have the full squad. They have the full squad. I think it's telling me I got to join the Massachusetts State Troopers. I think I got to be a cop. No, I'm just kidding. I would never go to, first of all, never do that. It's just not a good job. If you could do it and get away with it do it all without fucking up, and if you could stay a good person who fucking doesn't commit any crime, who is a good cop, and you can live your life and not get severely injured on the job or die, and you can retire and you can get that pension, fucking rule. Yes, dude. Yes. We need more of that. But I'm not one of those people, because I would immediately, like, I just know the first time someone went, rah, at me, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm fucking sorry. Like, no, I can't fucking, no. I would freak out. I would freak out all the time. I'm late. The store is out of cigarettes. It's okay. They'll restock. I used to have the coincidences a lot. Seriously weird ones. One time I talked about the Khyber Pass, and then a few hours later, a random chick flick, the character mentions fucking Khyber Pass. I know. What is this? What is this? What, that happens to me too. It's fucking weird. But this is wild. This is some next level shit. Yeah, that happen all the time. Uh-oh. Am I looking for this, or did this just happen? Am I manifesting Massachusetts State Trooper fucking pins in the yacht in Texas? I'm supposed to be packing to move, and I'm laying here watching you. Carrie, where are you moving to? You moving to Poteet, your namesake? Go to the Strawberry Festival and get your dad some strawberries. Where are you moving to? Be safe, and also make sure that you get your stuff done. Don't let your dad be a distraction. Don't let this stop you. What the fuck is this, Carrie? What is this? Why is this happening? Why? I'm scared. Deb. Where's Deb? Is Deb here? Oh my God, I can only type in these tonight for some reason. What? Why? You're free to type? Is it limiting? Okay, so the last video, full disclosure, they took off the chat. I don't know if it's back up yet, but I think it's gone. I think it's my fault, because you remember where there was that big moment of silence? Because I was talking, but I had the video paused and I didn't turn myself back up. So it was just a pause guy talking about the Seattle soda machine. So I cut that out. And then a bunch of you guys messaged me like, why can't I see the chat of my band? Poor Holly thought I fucking hated her. I'm like, no, all you kids can see the chat. What? And then I couldn't see the chat. I was like, why can't I see the chat of my band? And then I was like, wait, this is my channel. What's going on? Apparently it's that. I think it's that. I don't know if the chat's going to come back, but I don't know what's going on. You should be able to. There's no limits. There's no limits. I didn't limit any of you. Let's make a pilgrimage. I love the way you think, Lori. Get your Bucky's cups. It's time for a pilgrimage. You string together insults and profanities as beautiful as morning blossom covered in fucking dew. That's the nicest thing anyone's fucking said to me, Rabbit. You know what? You're not grounded anymore. Gay Deb. Yes. Gay Deb. What? No witches? Yeah, no witches. I used to not fuck with witches, but now I fuck with them. They're nice. I like witches now. I was anti-witch for a minute because it was too much. There were bitches that I was around that were like, let me sage everything. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. You're buying kits on Temu to be a witch. This is crazy. Scan it and search it online. I will do that. That's a good idea. These boots on the ground. He's boots on the ground. Yes, yes, yes. And Deb is, oh, Tom is boots on the ground. Okay, Karen Reed. Okay. Oh, I got so far behind. Oh, no. Miss Shorty, look. Look at this. Look at this. Hey, private investigator. First of all, not racist, but also thank you for subscribing. Nice to see you. You're a PI. What do you think of this? Did you fucking leave this? Did you? Did you? What's going on there? Duncan has delicious breakfast. Sammy's though? I don't know. I'm not a big fan. How dare you? You're grounded, peer. Miss Shorty, I found this. In the fucking parking lot. What is this? What's that? What is that? You're on 1.5 catching up? Oh my god, that's gotta be terrible. Auntie Dab is probably sleeping. Undo coffee because it makes my hand tremors worse. But they still have Rascal Soda. What's Rascal Soda? What is this? No, cold in Boston sucks hard. Listen, hot in Texas is worse, Laura. I would much rather have cold in Boston. I'd rather be freezing my fucking ass off anywhere. You're next to, well, smartass, we'll have to see each other then. It's going to be in the end of September. I'll be there for a job and for comedy stuff. So I'll let you know. In fact, I'm probably going to do some lives from the hotel. I had Rod Stewart on my headphones and looked up the crosswalk, and he was right in front of me in the corner. What, dude? That's weird, Tiff. That's wild. You manifested a whole ass Rod Stewart? Holy fuck. Tiff manifested a Rod. Sounds like fun. I'd love to do that. Me too. Hi, boo, Dad. When are you coming on live with me? Dude, whenever Miss Shorty wants. And I'm going to be booking interviews this week with a bunch of the kids. Some of y'all, one of y'all's we got a cadaver dog, Deborah Bergen. She's all about cadaver dogs. She trains them. We're going to have Sonny the electrician on soon. The one who started this whole shindig, makes your dad go crazy because this weird book that's leading me to think I can manifest things. We're going to have for sure Melly's medical minute. We're going to do all sorts of stuff. We're going to have a behavioral analyst, Miss Sarah, come on. We're going to have, I want Miss Shorty to come on. We're going to have a whole bunch of you kids. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. I need to have a brain fast. Okay, get a brain. Do what you need to do. Both of the Farwells? Miss Jessica. Now we got to have you on. What do you know? Do you want to come on now and tell us about this? Let's talk about the Birchmore thing, all right? It is a cover-up. You talking about this? The burp was appropriate. Okay. What is that? I'm booked solid until September now, Jess. 4 streams each weekend next 2 weeks. Yeah, she's booked, dude. She's booked. And then your dad's got to go to Vegas. And I got comedy shows coming up. So we might have to do October. We're planning it right now here, Shorty. We're planning it. The burp was appropriate. Excellent. Hi, all new to this chat, but I see some familiar names. Sarah in Shock and Hara. I fucking love your name. That is a good name. Sarah in Shock and Hara. Fucking Jen's tooth, dude. I need an account. Someone start an account called Jen McCabe's fucking tooth. Mwah. You're going to love it here, bitch. You're going to love it. You're going to love the way you look. Look what I found today after thinking and talking about Birchmore and all that shit. I'm in Texas, by the way. I'm in Central Texas. Look at this shit. And then I met a woman from there at the Trader Joe's from Massachusetts. And then this. And then I got this weird fucking pin. Weird. I'm also your dad. Hello. Nice to see you. I was here in Brooklyn. I was born in Brooklyn. My parents, Jewish, were there when, Yeah, I know. Hello. Okay. Hello. Oh, Color's Flight. Nice to see you again, hun. Quantum coincidence. I love that, Miss Blue Bus. I'm going to say that from now on. Dem vapes. All right. We love the vapes. We're big vapes fans here. I'm just like, oh, my head hurts so bad. My psoriasis. Wait. My dad had psoriasis on the left side of his foot. Started in his 30s. He worked third shift. His doctor told him, stop third shift. Stressing body will be gone. Retired in his 60s. It was gone. And see, I'm on third shift. But see, my psoriasis was gone for a long time. It came back for other reasons. But it's going away again. It's not so bad. What was found that was weird. This fucking weird shit. I found this today. Right after I talked to someone from Massachusetts and right after, oh, my fingernails are bad. Right after I talked to someone from Massachusetts and then told my bestie about Massachusetts and the Sandra Birchmore case, and then I had fucking heard about it and I had fucking read about it. It was just nuts. Like, it was all on my mind, and then I found that shit. And it's freaking me the fuck out. It's freaking me the fuck out. You sound like me in my audio messages to Ernie and Sarah in the middle of the night. Oh, I'm just frantic all the time. Anytime, if you ever ask Melanie, ask Aunt Deb what kind of messages I leave, they're insane. Sometimes the machine just cuts me off. It's like, no, fuck you. You said too much. Wear the pin upside down. This is a good idea. What if we start selling these pins? Don't go to Boston, Dad. Don't go. Okay. Okay. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just linger. I'll go to Provincetown. I'll go hang out with the gays. Moving to Washington, you're going to love it there. Washington's the best. Oh, it's the best state. It smells the best. Your subconscious conscience is attracting you to what you need to pay attention to. I can't trust my subconscious, though. Coughing up allergies. Yep, always. Happened to me just now, too. What did? A burp? A burpee? That is true. I agree with this, Lee. I agree completely. Ask Duty Ron. Oh, my God. He'll go, that's fucking weird. He'll say, that's fucking weird. Okay. Not that kind of witch. I'm just talking about, like, these bitches who are, like, taking pictures on their Instagram and putting sage on fucking everything. It's practice. Why do most YT not include chat comments on the replay? So I do, but if you edit anything at all in your video, like if you take anything out, then it gets rid of it completely. And I found that out a while back. I just forgot it. And then whenever there was that long, like it was like 5 minutes of silence on the video the other day, it was already too long. So I was like, I'll just cut that part out. I forgot. I think it got rid of it. I hope they put it back up. Some former Massachusetts State Police. Okay. Tiff, I do agree. Hate to tell you, but I was just thinking the other day, I need to email you about Karen's case. Need your skills, been too busy. Maybe the case is calling on you. I mean, send me what you need, but I think it's got everything. I mean, I'm still curious why nobody's looked into anybody else in the area. Were there random roaming dogs attacking people that night? Was there a train hopper from the train tracks nearby that, tried to rob anyone? Like, were there any gangs? Was there anything going on, any violent offenses? Was there anybody picked up and put in an institution that night for, attacking someone? It's just wild. Like, nobody looked into anybody else. They just, not only was there tunnel vision, there was double tunnel vision, because everybody who said it wasn't Karen Reed looked right at this one family, and everybody who said it was Karen Reed looked right at her, but nobody looked anywhere else. Feels weird. Feels like people are trying to make the specific people fit the crime instead of letting the evidence tell them who could have done it, And also, if we do let the evidence tell us who did it, it also does kind of point to the family in the house. So even then, it's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's very fascinating. What is this? Okay. I would die without coffee too. I agree. We also used to play that game. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. I'm going to move to Boston, manifesting that shit. What I feel like Australia is way cooler though. I don't know. Everybody, Duncan has what? Brekkie Sammys? I can't. You can buy pins online. Let's buy them online. Let's all buy these Massachusetts State Trooper pins. Right? Let's do it. Oh my gosh, I'm so far behind you guys. Oh my God. I'd love to meet you. Adding you to, dude, I'll meet all of you kids. Smooches to all of you kids. Not related to your channel. Can you block chat from subs unless they super chat? I don't think so. Do they? How? I mean, I wouldn't want to. That would be fucking lame. Then I don't get to talk to you guys. Not related to chat. Can you block chat from subs, from subscribers, unless they super chat? I don't think so. I don't know. I'm kind of learning as I go with this. I didn't really do much in the way of tutorials. I don't know. I'll look it up and find out. I don't think so. I think that you can like, okay, I can click on these dots and I can put, it says delete comment, put user in timeout, ban user and delete their comments. Oh shit, I didn't even know I had that power. And then I can fucking hit the star and then it goes over in a group called Starred. And then later on I can take a screenshot of that and go, oh yeah, these are things people brought up that I need to remember. But yeah, I don't know beyond that. I don't know beyond that. Paul O'Keefe's crotch, where is he? Get in here, crotch. I gotta talk to you. You're in Massachusetts? What do you think of this? Do you know anybody who walks around with one of these pins? What is that? I found that in the driveway today in my home state of Texas. What's going on? What is that? You need a tooth? I got a tooth from a Jen. I know the Farwells. You're talking about the pastor in Virginia who passed away. No, I'm talking about the cop who killed Sandra Birchmore. Something is messing with your chat. What is? What are you guys being? Are you guys fucking with me? Yeah, it's gonna be in stuff about dad. I took a bunch of my stand-up down so that I could work on my special, and it's gonna be coming out. But there's stuff in the Discord for sure. For sure. Okay. You won't have many subs if you do that dirt move just to make money. Respect your subs and they'll respect you. Yeah. Just like, also, what the fuck are you gonna like? I like talking to you guys. We spent almost an hour talking to you guys. I enjoy that. That's fun. And I think you guys like that too. Am I a middle child? Am I invisible? What does the pen say? The vape pen? It says you're a good kid. It says you're a good fucking kid. Okay. What's going on? Yeah, that is some dictator shit. Who does that? People do that? Wow, Melly, I mean, I think you could, can you do like, there's just members only mode. And that's like where you do a members only. That's like a perk. You're trying to quit vaping. Quit quitting. They have the pen on Amazon. You want the URL? They do? Oh, I'll just look it up in a little bit. That's pretty cool. How much is it? We should all get these pins. Yes, butterfly psoriasis. That is a lupus thing. That's harsh. Ooh, I hope you take care of that. I hope you feel better. I've been all day, but I'm still potato. Yeah, I'm an energy potato too. They're only worth about $6 now. Well, I'm not trying to sell it. I just think it's fucking weird. Also, why would you buy this if you weren't in it? Right? Why would you buy that little thing? And also, somebody wore it or something. There's no pin on the back. It broke off. So it's not like, this isn't like a thing. I dropped it. This isn't like a thing that they, I wonder if they give them out to the state true. Why would you buy this? This is weird. It's super weird. Come to the Louisville Comedy Club. Okay, I'll contact them. I actually contacted Lexington or Louisville a couple of years ago, and I was going to go. It ended up being kind of not worth it with the pay, but that was like a long time ago. Yeah, it's cool watching the chat back. The only time you'll ever see the chat gone on mine is because I probably edited something out. And it's usually because it was something like terribly annoying for you guys. And then I realized it gets rid of the chat. So I just leave everything in all the time. But that long blank space the other day drove me nuts. All right, let's keep going. Let me see. All right. I got to keep going. I'm late. This is drapes. These are drapes behind me from Goodwill. I'm still wondering why no evidence envelopes with the date of 129 was shown by Miss whatever her name is in the taillight reconstruction. Weird, huh? Yeah, and also, did you notice that when they put this shit back in the evidence box, they still left the part out? And then they had to like go back and grab it and rewrap it. And then like, not only that, the whole chain of custody was fucked. And it was really weird to me that Lally, the only the way that he grilled Cannon Daddy and the actual ARCA experts, he was like, oh, so you didn't write it down. Oh, so you didn't have a record of it. Oh, so you didn't write it down. Like that didn't exist now. But it's like, bro, your whole case, nobody wrote fucking shit down. You put blood in solo cups, homie. Like, what are you talking about? Blew my fucking mind. Blew my mind. Oh, I'd love to come to Australia. I would love to come to Australia. But yeah, it's, you know what's also weird? I do think that there was some stuff, just my personal opinion, that was fixed in post. You feel me? Because the way that if you look at how they took the pictures of the evidence they grabbed that night. For example, a Stop and Shop bag or whatever, Shop and Save, whatever the fuck it was. That with the blood and the cups, right? And then you've got the way everything was handled. It was just shitty. Like you can physically see how they did. They used a fucking leaf blower in the snow or whatever, a snow blower. So they're doing all this mess, but they want you to believe that they individually wrapped every piece of taillight, placed it in these evidence bags, and then labeled them correctly. Like, absolutely not. Like, no. It's like everything was collected way late. And then there's no chain of custody. And the chain of custody that does exist, people are lying about on the stand saying, no, I didn't do that. But it's like, okay, this is the one time you did actually have a chain of custody or did actually take a note. And now you're saying no? Like, simultaneously, how is Karen committing a crime at the exact time her heels are clicking on the floor at John's house? They never touched on that. I was kind of shocked. I don't remember if that was even in the closing argument, and I don't know why. Was it 12:46, right? Am I remembering that wrong? Was it 12:46? And her fucking heels are clacking on the floor at John's. And meanwhile, we got Lally fuckstick up there going at this moment at 12:46. The car, like whatever time it was, it lined up exactly when her heels were clicking. I remember that. And it's like, how is she in the car backing up slowly for a fucking half a block to hit him when she's at the house? Like, it just, that alone, I don't know why it continued. I don't know why Judge Bev didn't stop it. Sarah in shock and horror is a new member. Sarah, you're going to be great here, hon. You're going to be great. We love you. Karen called a lot of the cops pervs. Oho worked in, I say Oho, it's OJO. I know Officer John came in. I say maybe he came across some of these cops from that house that were involved in Sandra Birchmore. Yeah, I don't know, because Karen she straight up said, like, here's the thing. When they asked about Colin, she was like, no, it had nothing to do with that. She said that. She said that recently. And then when they said about the drugs, did he know things that she said, no, that's ridiculous. So, like, if we're going to believe everything Karen said, right? And if we're going to believe it so much that there's going to be a whole movement behind it and everybody's going to believe her and it's like, she didn't fucking do it. We're all wearing pink. If we're going to be that into it, then we have to believe when she says this other shit, she's also telling the truth. So if she said John didn't fucking turn people in for drugs in the way you think, like there's no conspiracy to hide the cocaine or whatever, and Colin didn't do anything, then we got to believe that, right? So, I mean, I don't think it, I think that if something happened to him at the hands of the folks who live there, I don't necessarily think that there was much behind it beyond something stupid, because it's really stupid to do what they did. So in order for someone to be that stupid and that obvious, I mean, it's an obvious setup. Like, it's all just an obvious cover-up setup, whatever you want to call it. It's obvious. For a cop to be that fucking dumb, I mean, shit, dude. Like, it had to be a spur of the moment. Whoops, this guy's dead. I mean, maybe they just found him dead in the yard and were like, oh, shit. And then tried to, in which case, that's even more stupid. To, like, set someone up over a failure to render aid or something? Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I just don't know. I don't know. It's crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy. KW, thank you for being a new member. You're going to love it here. You're going to love the way you look. I just don't know. Put a link in chat for the pins. Okay. No, you can't block chat entirely. You can time out people. Well, there you go. You can't block the whole chat entirely. It's illegal to make counterfeit NYPD badges in NY. Oh. Even for Halloween costumes? Proctor surveilling me. Yeah, I think so. How come they filled the pool when it takes forever to get one? Oh, I think that was also a big thing. I think that was his brother or something. I do think that there's a lot of stuff that's just like side shit that doesn't matter. He had 3 American flag shelves full of police badges. That's so funny. Maybe I'll send Ed this. Be like, here you go. Yeah, the pen I found this shit. I found this shit. Isn't that cool? Look, Laura says, okay, I'll go check it now. I'm sorry if I freeze. Here's what I do want to. I want to do this. You guys have probably seen this. For those of you who don't, if you don't know about the Sandra Birchmore investigation, I'm going to go open this email, but I'm going to play this for you. It's from the news. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I'm going to play some of it so you can see, okay? Because this is fucking crazy. This is really fucking crazy. And then I'll be right back and I'll put the link, Laura. I'm assuming you're sending me the link, right? Okay. Here, let's check this out. This is what's going on today. This is what's freaking out your dad.
In the death of Sandra Birchmore. Matthew Farwell is accused of killing Birchmore and then staging her apartment to make it look like she had died by suicide. Let's listen in.
By Matthew Farwell 3 days earlier. At the time of her death, Sandra Birchmore was a 23-year-old woman with her entire life ahead of her. And she was pregnant with her first child. We allege that Sandra Birchmore survived years of grooming, statutory rape, and then sexual violence, all at the hands of Matthew Farwell, who was employed throughout their relationship as an officer and then detective for the Stoughton Police Department. And when it became clear to Mr. Farwell that he could no longer control Sandra Birchmore, he allegedly silenced her permanently. This morning, Matthew Farwell was arrested on a federal grand jury indictment, charging him with one count of killing a witness or victim. Specifically, Mr. Farwell is charged of violating Title 18 United States Code 1512 for killing Sandra Birchmore with the intent of preventing her from communicating information about his possible commission of federal crimes. How did this all unfold? What happened here? Well, back in 2010, a 12-year-old Sandra Birchmore applied to join the Stoughton Police Department's Explorers program, which introduces teens to policing. Officer Matthew Farwell was an instructor in that program. And as alleged in court documents, he befriended Sandra Birchmore, contacted her online, went to the library with her, became friends on Facebook, essentially groomed her. And then he committed statutory rape by having sex with her when he was a 27-year-old police officer and she was just 15 years old. Mr. Farwell continued to have a sexual relationship with Sandra Birchmore until her death 8 years later, allegedly meeting her for sex regularly when he was on duty and being paid by the Stoughton Police.
Holy fuck, Britt. I don't know, but now I'm going to panic about that. What do you guys think of this? Have you heard of the Birchmore case? One's in the chat. If you don't know anything, about the Birchmore case, one's in the chat.
Police Department. Now, in the weeks leading up to Sandra Birchmore's death in February 2021, she found out that she was expecting a baby. And she told Mr. Farwell that he was the father. According to court documents, Ms. Birchmore was very excited about becoming a mother, buying baby clothes and other items, taking precautions to ensure the health of her new child. Sandra Birchmore had good friends. She had a good job. She had dreams of becoming a nurse, and she had a child on the way. But Mr. Farwell did not share in that excitement. It's alleged that Mr. Farwell reacted quite negatively to the news that Sandra Birchmore was pregnant with his child. And he acted angrily, it is alleged, when Sandra Birchmore started making requests of Mr. Farwell around doctor's appointments and ultrasounds and what information would be on the birth certificate. Mr. Farwell was losing control in late 2020, early 2021. And the information that Sandra Birchmore possessed about his illegal conduct was in danger of slipping out. In fact, word started to get out about their relationship. Less than 2 weeks before she was found dead, someone called the Stoughton Police Department and disclosed that Matthew Farwell had had a relationship with Sandra Birchmore. And when Mr. Farwell learned about that call, he became visibly angry. Mr. Farwell, it is alleged in these court papers, started to lose his patience, lose his temper, and the 6'4" Mr. Farwell started to be physically violent with 4'10" Sandra Birchmore. And Sandra Birchmore told her friends that Mr. Farwell had pushed her and shoved her and put her in a chokehold. She was scared. And during that same time, Mr. Farwell was allegedly planning Sandra Birchmore's murder. For the first time, he requested a key to her apartment. And she told friends that he was oddly inspecting the apartment and looking at the closet, including the closet that she was found dead in front of. And then it all came to a head on February 1st, 2021. Mr. Farwell went over to her apartment that evening, and he strangled Sandra Birchmore to death. That's the allegation in this case. And he used his knowledge and experience as a law enforcement officer to stage her death to look like a suicide. He allegedly attempted to cover his tracks to literally try and get away with murder. And he almost did, until today. Back in 2021, with the information that was available, Sandra Birchmore's death was ruled a suicide, or deemed a suicide. But over the last year or so, the FBI and our office have been working exhaustively with our state partners. We've uncovered critical new information, examined the existing information, all of which led to this federal grand jury indictment. If convicted on this charge, Mr. Farwell faces a minimum of life imprisonment. Giving voice to the voiceless, ensuring that no one is above the law, protecting the vulnerable people of Massachusetts, that's the highest calling of people in law enforcement. And this case represents those principles. And every
I didn't want to interrupt this, but this is such a good point. I'm reading through the chat as you guys are watching this. As a medic, I want to know why their medics, in regards to Karen Reed, were so inept and didn't have notes that made sense. And 3 liters of blood went missing. Where did it go? I have questions still. This is a good point. You would think that to kind of, respond to that or give a reason, they would maybe show some pictures of that blood, maybe in the ambulance. Maybe here's where it went, but no. And we all saw the snow. There's a man passed out in the snow. We all saw the snow. There was not a shitload of blood. His clothing had blood on it, not 3 liters. 3 liters is a lot. A liter of cola is a lot. Imagine a liter of blood. If he was drinking, that blood was very thin, right? It's gonna be coming out pretty quick. It's very interesting. Where's the blood? Reminds me of Stephen Avery. Remember that? Where's the blood? Okay, all these horrible things happen. This person is dead. They lost this much blood. Where'd the blood go? It doesn't just vaporize, does it? Also, Adam, your brother Adam's here. Hello, Adam. Did you see the pen I found? Scroll back, bud. You're going to freak out. It's pretty weird. I love you also. You're the best. What's up with your MacBook, brother? Did you email me about your MacBook? I'm going to go through emails in a minute. I just saw I missed a bunch. I'm sorry. Thank you for the $10. You're the best, Adam. I love that you're supporting your dad after I spent my whole life birthing, supporting, raising you. I'm just kidding. I just show up out of nowhere. I'm your dad now. I'm your dad now, Adam. Nice van. Let me live in it. So just Christine didn't know about Sandra Birchmore? Okay. Well, I'm going to keep going. But this is weird, right? That's a good point Calamity had. It's a good point. Where did all that blood go?
day across Massachusetts, thousands of police officers, federal, state, local law enforcement, put their lives on the line to protect the people of Massachusetts. Mr. Farwell violated those principles, and now he faces very grave consequences. It is disheartening to have to charge law enforcement officers, especially with crimes as serious.
Not disheartening at all. Just do it. I don't care what their fucking career is. If someone does that to a woman or to anybody, if they do that, if they do it to a pregnant woman or a man, it doesn't matter. If somebody kills someone, who gives a fuck what they do? I mean, yeah, it's much worse because they're a cop, but like, this is like, I'm so glad that they are finally doing something about it after letting this fucking banshee roam free, knowing that you can't tell me they didn't know those fucking Also, this motherfucker who was on the stand for Karen, who's given his expertise, is the same motherfucker who couldn't find the car evidence, like the what do you call it, the infotainment, like he couldn't, oh, I can't figure out the start and stop times of the car. Oh, and you missed all those fucking text messages we saw today on Twitter? Oh, you just overlooked. That guy needs to be fucking fired. He needs to be fucking fired immediately. If not, if he hasn't already been, fucking fire that guy. This is a good point, though, Starzy. Knocked his head on one of the weight bars. Sure, possible. They tore the fuck up that basement. Do you guys know Sean McDonough had a pretty good tweet I saw. And I was wondering if there's any fruit to that tree. He said that the basement was all stripped, like they took everything, the feds did. And he had a picture on there. And he said that the reason homie didn't recognize his own basement is because it'd been stripped of everything. Was that legit? Because if so, pretty cool tweet. Thank you, Sean. It wasn't planned for sure, but Brian Albert has a temper and loves to punch out other yeah, who else did he punch out? I've heard this before. Who did Brian punch out? Very interested to hear that. I don't think anybody knows what really happened. I think if you line up when they let Chloe outside to go potty, she went after John. He fell and hit his head. Nobody found him. Possible. I mean, honestly, this is one of the best. I mean, yeah, this is one of the best, most reasonable, I think. This is Occam's razor right here. What the real booty just showed you. The real booty just showed you Occam's razor. This makes sense to me. I concur. It's just douchebag men. It is, right? These fucking douchebags. Where's the blood, Calamity? Where is it? I'm on your side. Where's all that fucking blood at? Welcome, brethren and sisterin. Hello. Welcome to the coven. You're on a cult/coven, whatever you want it to be. Keep your scrunchies nice and fresh, and you'll get along fine here. I was out when they want us to think she's such a tactical driver. She only hit him, not another vehicle, mailbox, flagpole, or hydrant. Yeah, exactly. That's also a great point. There's so many good points in this. They never plan on Karen not taking a plea and instead pled not guilty. Exactly, that too. Oh my God. Eileen Sindhu, hello, hun. What do you think of this shit? This is wild. And I'll tell you, I get why this guy up here is like, eventually when the press are like, hey, man, you know, what the fuck is with all these messed up investigations? He's like, I'm here to talk about Sandra. But I feel like that's kind of a cop out. We're here to focus on the victim. Oh, now you want to focus on her after years of not? Okay. Rude. Great uncle who wasn't allowed to smoke indoors. I have a great uncle, wasn't allowed to smoke indoors. I grew up in Idaho. My grandma used to call my dad to make sure Uncle Sammy wasn't asleep in his car in their driveway because it gets really cold. Oh, shit. In Ohio? Where? Idaho. Oh, shit. Yeah, it does get pretty fucking cold there. I did put a link, by the way. They're triangle window stickers that match the creepy pin your dad found. Today was a good day for justice. The journey for justice for Sandra and her baby started today. Also, why didn't they charge him for the baby? They're going to charge him for murder for Sandra, charge for the baby. There were 2 people that died that day. She clearly wanted to keep that kid. What the fuck? What the fuck, dude? Welcome, everybody who came from Adams. Thank you for supporting your brother. Isn't he great? I love watching y'all's channels, by the way. Send me your channels if you have a channel. I want to watch. The DNA of the identical twin is Speedo. Oh, God, Calamity. I am so glad you brought this up. I was talking about this a couple of episodes ago. Maybe this is one. Maybe the next one we do, we will expound on this. But there was a case in Corpus Christi, I believe, with a, I think he was an officer, and he was, I don't remember if I honestly can't recall if it was him going after I think he was going after the wife, but he had a twin brother, and or it could have been her going after him. Either way, there was an issue with twins and the DNA at the scene and reasonable doubt. And the reasonable doubt kind of fell out of play when you consider that the twin brother wasn't in the area, had an alibi. It couldn't have been him, you know? But there have been cases where there was a twin and both twins were doing hood rat shit, like bad shit, like fucking around and finding out. And in those cases, the precedent's wonky, dude. It's wonky. It depends on what state, but there have been a couple of them specifically where that was an issue. And it was raised by the defense. Now, the jury still found someone guilty based on circumstantial. But I do believe there is one case that was also thrown out. There are the identical twin sisters, though, who Jasmine and the other one who killed their mom. I believe that was in Atlanta. And there's a first 48 about it, I think. And it's crazy. And yeah, oddly, and I guess luckily for the cops, in most of these situations, one twin can be ruled out circumstantially. In others, there's other evidence that can be gleaned to rule one out. And in a few others, they did the crime together. So they both get charged anyway. But it's interesting. This is interesting precedent. Yes, absolutely. Hiya, Dad. What did you say I did with dogs? Another sad case of cold abuse. Oh, you do don't you do cadaver? Oh no, I'm so sorry. I meant to say cadaver dog. I was talking about someone else, Deb. I was reading your name and I was thinking of no, I'm so sorry. No, Deb doesn't work with cadaver dogs. Do you? Wait, hold on. It's not. Hold on a second. I'm a ding dong. I got you kids mixed up. I think I was reading a comment and I said you. Either way, we're going to have a cadaver dog expert from the kids in the chat. Sorry, Deborah. Let me see. Hold on one second. And you're talking about abuse with this. Yeah, I was going to say you don't abuse dogs. A tablespoon of liquid is a lot if you pour it out on the counter. It is. It will remind me of Super Troopers forever. But also, thank you, Deb. Wait, I'm confused. Hold on a second, Deborah. Hold on a second. I'm looking through. Where is my... Hold on one second. I'm going to play this while I find this thing.
But it's our job at the Department of Justice to investigate potential crimes.
Okay, I know what I screwed up on. It was Galen. Sorry. Your dad's head is mush today. It was Galen is the one who works with cadaver dogs. I'm so sorry, Deborah. Your face was popping up when I was talking about having people on the channel. That's what you're referencing. I had to scroll up and see. Yeah, your face popped up and I was reading your comment while I was talking about who I was going to have on the channel to talk about cadaver dogs. And I read you and I meant to say Galen. I'm so sorry. All right, let's keep going.
Without fear
and also
without
thank
favor.
You for the 999.
We do in this office what we've been doing for decades with our federal partners like the FBI. We follow the facts regardless of where they lead. We apply the law and the principles of federal prosecution. Full stop. We are not influenced by social media chatter. We are not influenced by politics. We're influenced by the facts and the law. Our mission is to do our level best to do justice in every case. And our mission today is to do justice.
You talking about what's his name, Farwell? I heard on one of these conferences that he was driving a work truck or something. Is that who you're talking about? I'm very curious about that. Yeah, they redid their basement floors before they sold the house, but Sean McDonough made a tweet today saying that the feds had ripped it up or something and taken everything. And I wonder if that's true, because if that's true, that means that they're definitely going through the basement. Not Gage F's either, the other basement. Yeah, they found all the taillight pieces, but didn't see three. They found the taillight pieces way later, too. And it was an older guy who just happened to be driving by. So from afar through a window, old dude just happens to spot these tiny little things. It's very fascinating. That's because all the blood is in the basement. Nope, not today, says. Roller Girl says, yes, Sarah. It does remind me of Super Troopers too. Miss Shorty, thank you for the $3.99 super sticker. What do you guys think? Do you think that this is, really what the fuck? Laura, I don't even know what you're talking about. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Firebolt's about. Why aren't they mentioning how that bastard was married with kids? Yeah, absolutely. 32,000 text messages. And she started that program, Sandra Birchmore, when she was 12, by the way. So those of you who don't know about Birchmore's case, she started this police explorers program when she was 12 years old, okay? This was in what, 2010, right? So 3 years later, which would put her at 15 years old. 15 years old. Some of the texts that they spoke about today, which are very graphic. And I'll put a Twitter link below to one of the reporters who put them all out. I mean, this guy was already molesting, let's not say having sex with. He was molesting this child when she was 15. He continued to groom her, which would have been 2013, where she's 15 years old. He continued to groom her and to molest her until she hit 18, and then beyond that, till she's 21. And also, by the way, he notes in these text messages that he likes it when she says no. It's very, very clear through their texts that he uses sex to both, I'm going to say it again, molestation to both punish her. But even when she's 18, it's hard to even say like consensual because she's 18, because really he's groomed her. So it's manipulation. So it feels like it's not. But even when she's over 18, he's sending her these messages that are like, I mean, they're just fucked up. Like, like, what is wrong with you, dude? Like, remember I told you how there's the guy that likes the women to play dead, the sex workers, when he's having sex with them, and how that's like a big warning sign. That's like not good. It's not a good sign. Let's just say that, psyche wise. Behaviorally speaking, that is not good. That's bad. We got a cop doing this to not only a little girl, but up until she's an adult, and then she gets pregnant. Yes, he has a twin brother. What complicates it is that there are other officers who took advantage of this girl and a military recruiter. And when asked about that, they're like, we're charging this guy today. We're talking about this guy today. Okay, well, what the fuck? Because there's more. And yes, that's why it's federal. And it's also federal because of the wiretap situation, right? Like, or not the tap, but the wire. Like, they get their paychecks wired to them. So basically, when he's on the clock committing crimes, that is wire fraud. So that becomes federal for sure. Calling with the dumbbell from behind. This is basically Clue now. I hope his 5-year-old son wasn't with him. That's so sad. That poor kid. I mean, I feel bad for all these motherfuckers, like that are her friends. Obviously I feel bad for her family, but all these motherfuckers who are like friends with this guy and didn't know, or not his friends. What am I saying? I guess everybody who's affected, his whole family's going to be affected. His kids are going to be affected, but like her family's been affected. You know what I mean? Like the whole town's been affected. Other cases have been affected. This is a fucking octopus. It's spiraling out. It's got many different areas of reach, and it's affecting a lot of different fucking people. It's terrifying. It's really sad. It's so sad to think that a kid saw that happen to his dad, but also like dad shouldn't have fucked around and found out, God, what a place, dude. And now they're handing this case over to the Stadies. I wouldn't hand it back. Oh, is there any way to prosecute without giving it back to the people who fucking ignored it to begin with? Jesus Christ. This system. My coworker has a sister who was a mistress to a dentist for 6 years. I forgot what he gave her to make her miscarry, but he only confessed to it once during a fight about him not leaving his wife. Oh, that motherfucker. That piece of shit. Ugh. Is there any way they could charge? Did he get charged? Oh my God. What a piece of shit, dude. We are family. Keep your scrunchies in a locked and upright position. Adam, you are brilliant. You're brilliant. Colin reminds me of Connor O'Malley, the character, the guy from I Think You Should Leave. I fucking love I Think You Should Leave. He absolutely does. Felony charges were dropped on me in Idaho after a local friend made a super inappropriate deal with the police officer that we agreed to get my charges lowered. It was a weed felony. Jesus, weed shouldn't be a felony. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, he does have a lot of inside info, and he's been, that's why I'm asking, what do you guys think? Because everything he said so far has pretty much been fucking solid. Okay, that is why it took up the floor. All right. Thank you. That's what I want to know. You don't get protective rooms on top of your hands from tripping. Yeah, exactly. 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 This is all good points. Let's keep going.
For Sandra Birchmore. Lastly, I want to note that we are sharing the information and the evidence that we developed in this case with the Norfolk County District Attorney's
Oh,
Office,
I missed you,
the
sweet
Massachusetts
Gremlin.
State Police, and with the Massachusetts Attorney General's Office, so they can assess whether state charges may be warranted.
Fuck. Is that true? God damn it. Well, you know what? No, fuck them. Charge them both. Because at this point, Rico charges, right? Or gang charges. Like, at this point, they're a gang. These guys are a gang. They're all grooming her at once when she's a teen up until adulthood. They're fucking gang. Charge them like a gang. If one person in a gang commits the crime, they all get charged with the same crime. Do that. Do that. Fuck them. Put both twins in jail. I don't give a shit. Pieces of shit.
In this situation. And I want to thank those three agencies. I also want to thank the Stoughton Police Department for their assistance in our investigation. Lastly, I want to commend the women and the men of the FBI Boston and Lakeville for their incredible work on this case. This was a dogged investigation. And as you look at the court papers, you'll see exactly how much work has gone into this matter. A huge credit to them. And I particularly want to thank the members of my office, the office I'm proud to lead, the victim witness advocates, paralegals, the chief of our human trafficking and civil rights unit, Liz Riley, assistant United States attorneys, Tori Cummings and Brian Fogarty. This case doesn't happen without their passion for justice. They deserve the credit, not me. Now I want to turn it over to Steve Kelleher, the assistant special agent in charge of FBI Boston.
Good afternoon. I'm Stephen Kelleher, assistant special agent in charge of FBI Boston. At approximately 10:45 a.m. this morning, the FBI arrested former Stoughton police officer Matthew Farwell for allegedly taking the life of Sandra Birchmore in order to ensure her silence. The FBI SWAT team took him into custody at a shopping plaza in Revere without incident. Immediately following his arrest, we shared this significant development with Sandra's family. We know it does not ease their pain, but hopefully it answers some of their questions. Simply put, this case is about seeking justice for Sandra, who we believe was killed by Matthew Farwell after he allegedly groomed and sexually abused her when she was just 15 years old, violating her body and her civil rights. It's also about keeping Mr. Farwell from getting away with murder and from harming anyone else. We in law enforcement are entrusted with immense authority because our decisions can have life-changing consequences, both good and bad. To temper that power, we must adhere to the highest of ethical standards. What we believe Officer Matthew Farwell did, as outlined in today's indictment, is
I was thinking you Galen, and I was reading Deborah.
Depraved and a gross betrayal of his sworn oath and the public's trust. Let me be clear. Matthew Farwell's gun and badge did not grant him authority to violate the Constitution. And it certainly didn't entitle him to sexually exploit, abuse, and rape a child before killing her and her unborn baby in an attempt to cover up his alleged crimes. What's also troubling is we believe Matthew Farwell staged Sandra's body and her apartment to make it look like she had died by suicide.
Oh, that poor kid.
And in the days that followed, this sworn police officer repeatedly lied to Massachusetts State Police investigators about the nature of their relationship. It's a stark contrast to the sheer excitement and pure joy that Sandra felt when she told Farwell that she was expecting his child, texting him a photo of a poster she had made celebrating the pregnancy. Our investigation also uncovered additional evidence that is inconsistent with someone choosing to die by suicide. In the hours leading up to Sandra's death, she reached out to a photographer to inquire about booking a newborn photo shoot. She also reached out to a friend about obtaining baby clothes. And at the time that she was in the middle of doing laundry when she died, with a load in the washing machine and another one in the dryer. There's no question this was a complex investigation, and our work is not done. Our agents, analysts,
That's
and
the
financial
tweet, life
investigators.
artist. That's the exact tweet. That's what he said. It was the bulkhead. He took the whole bulkhead from the basement, and he said that's why the Alberts didn't recognize it. Sean's good. He's on to something.
Reviewed tens of thousands of text messages, emails, and financial records. Conducted dozens of interviews with family, friends, and experts, and analyzed the crime scene. We urge anyone with information about the circumstances surrounding Sandra's death
Yeah, we're not going to
to
listen to
contact
too
the
much more
FBI.
of this.
Committing murder to eliminate victims and witnesses is heinous, and it shakes the very core of our justice system, which depends on people truthfully testifying to what they know. Today's arrest shows that anyone who tries to interfere and retaliate against victims and witnesses in an
I think
attempt
the
to
new
subvert
owners
the
let
rule
him
of
in
law
more.
will have to answer for it. After all, the public's trust is critical for our justice system to function properly. That's why the FBI will do everything in its power to bring justice.
And Patronus, this is so hard to watch, and I really fucking honestly, like, if I hadn't found that fucking pin there, I don't know if I would have mentioned it today, but it is shocking. It's really bothering me. Like, Trooper Guarino, one of you guys pointed that out. That's his name. That's the one. He fucked up Karen Reed's case, and he fucked up this. He didn't fuck it up. He purposefully hid things. And when you see the amount of cops who are fucking with both cases, what was the other one? The the neighbor with the cups. Wasn't he one of the guys? Oh, god damn it. I can't remember his name right now. Your dad's brain is fried. Got too much on my mind. But one of the guys also who Lenk, he's also involved in this shit. It's fucking wild.
Anyone who tries to undermine that trust.
Lenk, who was homies. Remember, was it with Jen McCabe? Oh, Lenk. Jesus.
Our hearts go out to Sandra, to the Birchmore family, and all who knew and loved Sandra. On behalf of the FBI, I want to thank them for their cooperation, patience, perseverance, and fortitude. I also want to thank our agents and analysts for their hard work and dedication. Acting U.S. Attorney.
Yeah, she was 12 when she started in 2010. And then in 2013 is when they have texts between them where it's obvious that he's abusing her. And he added her on Facebook. There was like a whole bunch of shit. So that would have put her at 15. All right. And then so from 2013, when she's 15 until 2021, this shit's going down. And it really, I think it was a little before that because they were already texting and this was going on in 2013, which was 3 years after she started. She started when she was 12, right? So yeah, this is just a fucking bad situation. This is awful what this guy did.
Long term for their partnership, and both Chief McNamara of the Stoughton Police Department and Colonel Martin with the Massachusetts State Police for their assistance.
Is that
in
true?
helping
Did
us
he
move
know?
this investigation forward. Thank you.
What a prick.
Josh, why did it take so long to go from
She did. She looked a lot younger.
suicide to now?
Dude, Birchmore looks like she was young when she was 21. Like when she was 21, she looked like a young girl. It was crazy.
Well, I think when you have a chance to look through the court papers, you'll see how exhaustive this investigation is. Obviously, this is an incredibly serious charge. There was a lot of forensics and other evidence that had to be marshaled.
Dude, if it was up to me, I'd cut all their fucking dicks off and throw them in like a pit of tar. I hate all these motherfuckers.
Expert witnesses, etc. So we move as fast as we can, and we also have a duty to get it right.
Was there a rush to find a suicide because this involved a police officer?
Yeah, our office wasn't involved in
At this
the
point,
initial
Dr.
determination
Call,
of
I
the
don't
suicide, so
know.
I can't speak to that.
You mentioned your office got involved.
Yeah, at this point, maybe. I don't know. I mean, we haven't seen anything about that yet, but fuck. Wouldn't surprise me. It is weird how it's all happening all at the same time. I mean, could that have been because could one begat the other? I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of not shocked. But I am kind of shocked. I'm not shocked knowing what we know about Karen. But I am shocked that people like this with the like I'm shocked at the brazenness, frankly. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, we get leads on cases all the time from all different sources. I'm not going to comment
Yes,
on how we get
Stephanie.
information on how we got into
And
this.
his own twin brother, who was a cop, right? Wasn't his brother a cop? Possible.
Yeah, I'm only in a position to comment on what we've done on this investigation. Those questions are not something I'm able to answer to. We like I said in my comments, we started pulling this string and followed the evidence and got new evidence
Pinche
to put
cabrón
together the case
pendejo.
we put
Big
together
time.
today.
I agree. That's so sick.
I'm sorry, sir?
What evidence led you?
And his wife gave birth the day. I didn't know it was the day after. What? Oh my God. I was explaining to Michael when I think this shit was on the first time in the car. And I remember him saying something about his wife giving birth. I didn't realize it was the day after. Oh my God, dude. Oh, this sick son of a bitch.
You know, it's you're never able to pick one piece of evidence that
I look at a
that is the
Farwell's
straw that breaks the
fucking
camel's back. It's really
background,
an
whatever his name is,
accumulation. We have to
Farwell?
go in front of a jury,
Should I do
12
Ocean
citizens,
on
and
that
convince them beyond a
motherfucker?
reasonable doubt that Mr. Farwell is guilty. That's
How
on
much
us.
you want to bet he has some fucked up social media accounts?
He's presumed innocent today, and he will remain innocent until we meet that burden. But
Good
it's
question,
all the
C.
evidence in combination makes that case.
Did the state medical examiner's office plan to change the cause of death on her birth death certificate, and did you determine who the father of her unborn baby was?
Well, I'll take those in reverse order. I'm not going to comment on the second piece. What we have alleged in the court papers is that Ms. Birchmore told Mr. Farwell several times that he was the father. And your question about the state medical examiner, obviously, they don't report to me, and that's a question better directed to the state medical examiner.
Matthew is mentioned here, but we've heard reports over the years of several other officers. Are you guys conducting any other ongoing investigations related to Sandra?
So I think Assistant Special Agent Charge Kelleher alluded to the fact this is an ongoing investigation. I'm not going to comment on what the other pieces are that we're looking into, but it's an active investigation. Shelley?
This is a death penalty eligible case. Is that on the table, or is that already off the table?
Shelley, you're absolutely correct. The maximum penalty under this statute as charged is a sentence of death. And whether to seek the death penalty in a federal case is decided at the highest levels of the Department of Justice. That decision has not been made on whether the death penalty sought in this case, and that process will continue, but I can't comment on it beyond that.
Would you favor that? Would you push for that?
Not going to comment on it. It's a process that involves a lot of people at the Department of Justice, and I'm not going to share my view on this.
Did other officers in Stoughton or Stoughton government know about the grooming, the underage sexual contact that Matthew Farwell was having with Sandra when it was going on in those early 2010, 11, 12, 15?
You know, I'm not going to comment on information that's not in the public record. As you heard, this is an ongoing matter, so we're going to continue to look into this matter. And if there's other individuals that we develop evidence they've violated the federal law, we'll proceed.
Josh, can you touch on? I mean, murder state usually is the one that handles murder charges. Obviously, you guys have jurisdiction on many cases, but what made this one get to federal authorities, and do you think that the state officials watched this investigation?
You know, there's a lot of overlap in the law between the federal government has jurisdiction over and what the state government has jurisdiction over. When someone comes to our
So, Margaret, this is not the wrong info. It was actually lawyer, his dad was talking about it. Like his dad did this shit for the feds, like attorneying, lawyering. And he was explaining the case. And I caught a little nugget of it while I was explaining it to Michael. And yeah, this is apparently how they're doing it. They wrap it up and they hand it back to the state. The FBI just does everything. And it's like they put the reason they're having the conference about it is to let everybody know this is what we found. This is what's happening. I mean, it is absolutely being, and yes, he was into necrophilia. There was shit on his phone and in his digital background that led to everything from necrophilia to, I think they said bestiality and stuff like rape, fantasy, porn, shit like that. It's disgusting. This guy's a piece of shit. And yeah, they bow tie the case, hand it back to the state police. It's still a federal case, but I believe they hand it back to them to, I don't know why. Like, I really don't understand. I thought it was bullshit. I'm like, this makes no fucking sense. Why would they do that? But lawyer, Papa says that it makes sense. And I trust his Papa. His Papa's a good man. All right. Let's keep going.
office with credible information that a police officer may have been involved in a murder and underlying legal violations as set forth in the indictment, we're going to investigate that case every time. They come in different shapes and sizes, but
I
that
do
is
think that's
our
true.
duty to the public is to pursue credible leads like that. And
I don't think
investigate
they're
them.
handing it back. I'm pretty sure not to the I guess they're not handing it back to the locals. They're handing it to the stadies, is what Lawyer You Know's dad said. I'm curious what Melanie thinks about this. I should text her tomorrow and ask.
Question. We saw Lieutenant Tully outside earlier. This
I'm
was
so
one of
glad
his-
you're here,
his
Rachel.
First, you mentioned that they've been state partners throughout this.
Yeah, it's kind of
Does
stacked,
your
right?
office look
It's a weird
into what
situation.
Went wrong in their investigation.
This case about what went wrong for Sandra Birchmore and how she was treated by Matthew Farwell.
Hopefully soon,
and,
Roller
how he
Girl. I
violated
hope.
her rights and ultimately killed her. That's what this case is about. It's not about what happens in other state agencies. This is about justice for Sandra Birchmore.
This is the second major death investigation where your office has come to a different conclusion than Norfolk County DA.
This is a great question. I'm going to go back a little so we can hear that again. And we are going to watch this whole thing. And then we're going to end it. We'll do Delphi tomorrow because this is so intense. This is a rich subject. The pin threw us all off, I think. I think the pin threw your dad off. I think we've all been thrown off by this weird thing. One of you sent me a message or something about sending it to Sean. I'll send you a picture to send to Sean. Absolutely. Dad's boyfriend's home. We have to work on the wrestling show soon, so I have to go soon. But I think that this has been a fruitful conversation. I really do. Especially in light of everything that we've seen so far. And I think with the charging of the other cop, I'm glad you asked that right before what Susie Q said, because look at this. I trust Sean. It is true. Everything he's posted. And you know what? He gets bullied a lot and shit on by fucking dickbags on the other side. But listen, what is it? You hate me because you ain't me? That's Sean. They hate him because they ain't him. You know what I mean? They jealous because they smell us. You feel me?
Sandra Birchmore.
This is the second
does sound
major
like fucking gang.
investigation where your office has come to a different conclusion than Norfolk County DA.
Yep.
I'm sure you can't comment on that, but is that normal?
Oh, and then they tried to say that her psychiatric history is oh, well, she had a history of psychiatric problems. So, obviously it made sense why we think this is a cut and dry suicide. First of all, the crime scene, from what I've read, it does not seem at all like a suicide. It seems like a staged suicide. In fact, it looks like a spitting image of what they showed us in our crime scene investigations classes early on of how to know when a scene's been staged. It is literally described the exact same way as what we've heard in this case. The exact same. The false positive, if you will, cases or cases that also happen to look like that typically involve men, and it can be like an autoerotic asphyxiation accident, but we know that that's not the deal here. When you consider their surroundings, the laundry, all these other things, this is a pure staging. It's very fucking obvious. This is entry level shit. Okay. So it's definitely, without a doubt, looked staged. There's no reason why whatsoever anybody should have ever looked at this and gone, oh no, this is good. Case closed. But they decide to say, hey, no, she, her mental health. But here's the thing. She only had one instance where she had to go basically get what is like a 5150, but it's because there was a domestic disturbance or something. Her parent, someone related to her, called the police. I don't know who it was. It was somebody related to her because they had a family fight. She was freaking out. They said she might harm herself. She got taken in. She got checked out just like Karen did. Remember when her dad was like, she might harm herself or something? Checked out and they let her go. Exact same thing happened to Sandra. And they literally said she's not a harm to herself or others. And case closed. So that's it. She was not a harm to herself. It was found upon checking her out medically that she was fine. Yet instead of reading that fine print or doing any investigation whatsoever and determining that this is a false call, you know what I mean? This does not count as a suicide attempt. A suicide attempt, this does not make, So for them to just say that she has a history or that she had prior experiences where she was thought to be a risk to herself, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. That was found to be bullshit. It's in her file. The feds found that easily. They found so many text messages between them talking in great depth about the abuse he does to her. Him happily talking about this shit. So, like, I just don't get it.
For federal prosecutors and state prosecutors to reach different
Truth,
conclusions in
Adam.
investigations.
So I'm here to talk about one case. We got about 1,000 cases in the office. I'm not going to comment on any other case in the office. I would just caution
know,
to not
Star, it's
extrapolate too
fucking
much
gross.
from one
I hate
case
this
out of
state.
all the things that are happening in our office.
This district has brought a charge of killing.
Good.
I can't think.
Yes, I want a Rico.
There are others.
Yeah. I don't know the answer to that. That's a question. That's an answer we could get for you, but I don't know the answer to it, Shelley. We
Hope they
bring
get their teeth
charges of
in
obstruction of
prison.
justice frequently, as you know, but I'm not pulling one off the top of my head
Are
that
there other
matches this. Sorry. That's okay.
There are other victims who don't police explorers
Um,
or other crimes committed.
yeah.
I mean, it was quite obvious the day they found
things
her.
are in the public record. That I wouldn't take that as yes or
I
no.
mean, her friend calls in and says, "Hey, why is my comment up there? Fuck that." Her friend calls in and says, "Hey, my friend's being molested by a cop who knocked her up and is beating her." And then the next day, she's dead.
But I'm limited up here under local rules to talk about what's in the public record.
Can you talk about the arrest? What happened?
Investigate him.
I'm going to ask ASAC Kelleher to speak to that.
So this morning we had a SWAT team that was in a location where Mr. Farwell was. He was taken into custody. He was driving a truck, gravel hauler, and he was safely taken into custody by the SWAT team, which is, what we strive to achieve every time we do an operation like this. No, he was in Revere.
Not in the neighborhood, in Revere, was on the highway.
No, it was in a shopping plaza in Revere. Mhm.
Did he say anything?
Oh shit.
We have not tried to interview him.
That dump truck he's driving, is that his new employment?
Again, I wouldn't comment on that here at this time, but he was driving the dump truck when he was arrested.
Before your agency got involved, there were other agencies investigating this. Can we expect to see any fallout from those lead investigators from other agencies who were responsible for finding justice in this case and not?
I think the juncture we're at right now is that we are working with state agencies. We've developed, as I said, new information that we're going to share with our state partners. They're going to make decisions about what charges are appropriate under state law, if any.
Can you tell us who the lead investigator was on this case before your agency got involved?
I can tell you the lead investigator was for our matter, which was the FBI. I don't know. I honestly don't have information on who the lead was in a state investigation. I don't get that type of information.
You've said that you're not, you're looking just into the facts of Sandra Birchmore's death. That's the focus of this case, not what law enforcement agencies prior to you did. Is that within your jurisdiction to investigate what those state agencies did?
I think what I said was I'm here to talk about Sandra Birchmore, and I'm not here to talk about other things that are happening in the United States Attorney's Office. It's 125 federal prosecutors doing a lot of different things. In this case, this press conference is about one young woman who we allege was killed by a Stoughton police officer, Matthew Farwell.
Saying how your investigation might be complicated by the fact that you're going now into federal court where there is this, and you found that it was suicide, the Norfolk County DA's office opted not to pursue it. How does that affect your efforts now to prosecute?
Yep. Good question. Look, in evaluating whether to bring charges, we obviously look at all the evidence that's both incriminating and exculpatory. All that gets turned over to defense lawyers. Mr. Farwell will be well represented in this case, and those facts will be put out in front of a jury. We are confident that when all the evidence is presented to a jury, if it gets that far,
If it gets that far, hold up. What does that mean? What does that fucking mean? What do you mean if it gets that far? Get that far. How about that?
those issues will not prevent us from securing a conviction.
Have you done your own, have your own person do an autopsy?
We-
That's come to a different conclusion? I know there's another one out there that's already been reported on. but-
That's correct. There's an expert witness. I don't want to get into exactly what that person did or didn't because I don't want to mischaracterize it, but it's in the court documents. Who has a tremendous amount of experience in this field and has reached a different conclusion.
Just a couple more questions. And just to be clear, you're not going to comment on the other two officers who had sexual relations.
Oh, Margaret, Dad, feds are only sharing the evidence with the state AG and okay, so they're sharing it with them to see if the motherfucker could face additional charges. Okay, because they were the ones who dropped case and part of the corruption. But still, like, okay, so they're sharing evidence with them, right? To see if he could face additional charges on a state level, you mean? Do you think this is a test for Morrissey and them? Do you think this is a test like, all right, motherfucker, we're going to force your hand to make a move. And if you don't, you're out of here. This is interesting. This is interesting. This makes sense. Okay, that makes sense.
That's correct.
I see you're adorable, Boston Susie. Yeah, it is disgusting and horrific. It is great.
It's unusual in my experience.
Yep.
I don't have a full handle on how often this has been done nationwide, but it's an unusual situation. And that's
Sean said they have the
partly why it's
tools
so
that were used in the
incredibly
basement to take the floor. Ooh, shit.
Do you have any words of caution to
Uh-oh.
departments that have police explorer programs based on what you learned from your investigation about how this was able to unfold?
Yeah, I'm going to stick to my swim lane. I'm not an expert on police explorer programs, and so I really don't have any intelligent answer to that question.
Thank you.
All right, we have been watching a joint press conference between
Right.
the acting U.S. Attorney for the District of Massachusetts, Josh Levy, and the FBI Boston office Assistant Special Agent in Charge, Steve Kelleher,
Okay.
involving this.
So this, oh my gosh, Mikos, he is freaking out. Hold on one second. Hold on. Go do your ditty. Oh my God. He got a taste of fish skin treats. We give him fish skin treats now because he's allergic to beef and chicken officially. So now he's crying because he wants the fish skin. You'll get it later. You've had enough. You've had so much fish skin. Yeah, intentional fucking up. I don't know. I didn't say anything about bulkhead doors. Oh no. And to think about setting a scene to look like a suicide. This is a brutal act of violence. This is a new behavior. Yeah, this is, I mean, he's clearly studied how to do that. So this is disturbing as fuck, you guys. This is disturbing. All right, hold on. All right. Let me scroll all the way down because I want to. Hello, Agatha Krusty. I see you here today. Hello. Yes, Moogies. I know they did horrible. He's sad. These Staunton cops make him really sad. That's what I'm wondering too. How many kids have been abused? I know. We're probably gonna see more come out. This is the new Catholic Church, the fucking Massachusetts police. Apparently, this is crazy. And why can't they? I will castrate them. Let me do it. I'll chop their peepees off. Fuck them. Hello. Josh Levy was also federal prosecutor in Adam Montgomery's case. Oh, great. Great. Military Ma. Hello, American Nana. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Do you guys remember we showed American Nana's video and I told you that she inspired me to clean up the audio for that one Karen Reed hearing? Hello, American Nana. I love your channel, by the way. And I was amazed when you put that purple thing in your hair and then you pulled it out and it was all curls. I was like, oh my God, I want one of those. Yeah, I don't know where to start either. And I honestly, I don't know if I'm ever going to talk about this one again. We'll see, because this is very disturbing. Clearly the feds are on it, so they don't need us. I'm more interested in watching what Sean McDonough says now at this point. Like, what's he going to leak? Because it's true. He's been right thus far, and he has been having some very interesting tweets. And also, they better charge more people with it. More motherfuckers better go down for this, because it wasn't just one guy. And that military recruiter, ooh, get his ass. Get all their asses. That is crazy that they are in that kind of position and how young she was so young. She was so young. It's wild that this is happening. I mean, I can't. Ooh, this is disturbing as fuck. Why weren't people as shocked about? I mean, look, I'm in Texas, all right? I don't know about Boston news. The Karen Reed case is really, aside from Whitey Bulger, one of the first where it's like, oh shit, for me. Like, I'm paying attention, But I mean, there's Karina Homer. There's a couple others. For me, it's mainly like serial killing cases and shit like that. As far as like famous, like technically difficult cases and cases that have a lot of corruption, especially at government and law enforcement levels, even like any level of like corruption, anything with corruption, not so much something I pay attention to. This case is all of it. It's murder, it's corruption, it's everything. It's fucked up. It's on so many levels bad. It's horrific. Where like I'm sorry. I don't know how to ask this, but I'm just gonna ask it. And I apologize. I don't mean to offend anyone, but I understand the outrage for Karen. She's innocent, right? And I get why people are wearing pink and protesting, but why weren't people doing that for her? If everybody knew in 2021, why wasn't that happening for Sandra? Or was it? Did I miss that? Like, I know a couple of people have been on it, right? There have been a couple of streamers that have talked about it, but I mean, like, seriously, like, why did people just not know? And people didn't know, fine, but like, I'm confused about the order. You know what I mean? Why? I just don't understand why people weren't outraged when this happened to begin with. Did no one know and it's taken this time to uncover it? Or is it because of the Karen Reed case that this shit got uncovered? Or has this been uncovered? And if so, is the protester thing new? Did nobody ever do that before? The Karen Reed case? I'm not being sarcastic. I'm genuinely wondering, like, is this like something where it's like, oh, this works on this. Let's go back and do that case now and see if we can put pressure on them. Like, what's going on there? Like, why? I just don't understand why this girl didn't get as much attention, you know? Like, this is extremely egregious. It's egregious that Karen should get put in jail for a crime she didn't commit. That would be egregious, right? But this, like, a girl got murdered. Like, did nobody go to the Canton town meetings and scream about this? Or is this a new tactic that we realized worked and now we're going back and doing it? Which in that case, it's like, totally get it, legit. Okay. Work with what you got. Fair enough. I'm just very confused. Like, how long did people know about this? How long did people know about this? I'm just and I'm not trying to shame anybody. I'm genuinely curious. Like, how long? Like, the public. The cops they've clearly known since day one and they fucking did nothing. Did this just all recently come out? All of this shit? Because people seem to know a lot about it. And they're like, yeah, this has been happening for years. Well, then where are the fucking pink shirts? What's going on? What's happening here? I'm just very curious. Like, what's going on with that? I'm sorry. I got so far behind. I'm going to new comments now. I'm scrolling down. Okay, let's see what everybody says. Because I'm curious. Because it was ruled a suicide, but people believe that? Like, that's what I want to know. Is like, did people think that this was happening? Or is this all new shit? You know what I mean? Okay, people have a hard time believing corruption. Fair enough. And I think maybe the Karen Reed case kind of could have eased them into, oh shit, this is how corrupt it is. And now it's like, well, let's go back and look at that. Makes sense. Okay. You haven't heard of this one yet, Dramatics? It's crazy. It's really like fucked up. And just to be clear, I'm not blaming anyone for not doing enough or anything like that. I'm just curious, like, how the order went here. Because when people say, like, everybody knew that he killed, okay, did everybody? Or was this like a rumor? Like, how did this happen? Because Karen had the resources. Okay, fair enough. That makes sense. I'll have to dig into it. Yes, me too. More. Yeah, there are Sandra yeah, there's a few people I know that have been on this case. I'm just curious, like, basically when did people know this was staged? These brothers did it. They're bad guys. Something needs to be done. And then had it had any proof whatsoever. You know what I mean? Or just COVID. Okay, so there was COVID going on. That makes sense. And this was 2021, right? So it was kind of nearing down, but fair enough. Sandra Birchmore case investigation uncovered Karen Reed corruption. Did it? Yeah, it was ruled a suicide, but I'm saying, like, okay, money, that makes sense. So why? I'm just like curious. Hold on. Let me see. I think one of y'all answered it. Like yes, they ruled it a suicide, but I'm saying, when did people go, no, it wasn't? Why did you rule it a suicide? I know her mother, right? Didn't she go on, the mother, and say, hey, this is fucked up? They need to keep it federal. Okay. Like, so many tentacles. Yeah, it's very crazy. They have tools and bulkhead doors, apparently. Okay. That's what you're saying. Oh, yeah, that's what you were asking about earlier. The bulkhead doors and the tools are apparently what Sean was saying, were taken by the FBI or examined, and saying that the Alberts didn't recognize their own basement because of that. Yeah, they don't. I mean, the Stadies are fucked. I wouldn't even help them out by giving them info. I get that they can put more charges, but like, are they going to really? If it's a test, like, let's see if you will fucking do the right thing. I wouldn't even give them the chance. Yeah, I know, it fucking sucks, dude. Find an officer because of all the defunding of police and turn all prisons. I mean, shit. I don't want to fund these fuckers. You see what a poor job they're doing? I don't want to give them more weapons. Good. I'm glad they got defunded. They're not doing a good job. They don't deserve more weapons. You gotta be. Come on, Moonflower. You want to give Trooper Proctor more money? Fuck that. They're just gonna go buy leaf blowers with it. Fuck that. Give fucking shit. Honestly, never thought I'd say this. Give fucking Turtle Boy, give the streamers more fucking money. They're doing a better job than these fucking pieces of shit. Keep families grieving, but they sat through some of the trial we all did, the same trial we all did, and they're going to waste money, take her through civil. But this could actually benefit her, I think. I have the opinion that it could benefit her, because insurance companies are going to want to see proof of certain things, and also in some instances, certain things need to be an accident. So it could work in her favor if they have to prove one thing that could discount something in the criminal trial, because all that evidence will carry over, right? But also they can extend it. They could just make it take forever. It's interesting. These reporters were asking yeah, they were. Galen, I was talking about you earlier about how we're going to talk to you about cadaver dogs. I got you mixed up with Deborah. I apologize. Listen, this is a good point. They were making them uncomfortable. And that poor Fed guy's like, I'm not well versed in, child cop exploration programs. It's like, well, fucking get versed, because that's what this case is about, bro. Yeah, American Nana's here. We love her. We support her. Just like the Cub Scouts. Yep. Hi, Nana. Glad the feds are on it. Yes. Me too. Apparently, DWI victim of Paul O'Keefe is suing him for medical costs, which is alleged. Oh, Jesus. But didn't he have all that GoFundMe money? What happened to that? One of you guys pointed that out to me. Chair Puppet, you need to watch your waist. Okay. Sean loves to drop nuggets. Yeah. True. We're talking about Sandra Birchmore, dude. It is crazy. It is really crazy. I have to research this case. Didn't know the details. It's really messed up. It's just, ooh, it's a lot, dude. Poor Karen, dude. She's got to live there. Oh. When there's no court filing, most media, including independent, doesn't pick up on it unless they're local. Now there's a court filing, so it's widespread now. Okay. SB case on Sandra's case investigation uncover. Okay. I think it makes sense now. That makes sense. I saw your comments. I didn't see people talking about it until the Karen retrial. Okay. People had suspicions. The feds are getting into it now. So partly because it was ruled a suicide, that stops anything from really happening. I just saw that her parents and like other people were talking about it. So I'm like, I don't know. Is this the thing that needs to be done from now on? Does Canton's gonna have a fucking eye on it for a while by the whole world, really. We just need to keep an eye on them because they're fucking doodling around doing fuckery. Yes, I've seen supporters who plan protests. Okay, good. Because there could have been, and I just didn't see it. I'd like to see some of that. I'd like to see, like, I wonder who put the, I wonder if Sean did this. I wonder who, like, put the pressure on them, or, like, I kind of feel like there was something going on to force their hand into looking into it. Was it the Karen Reed case? I don't know. People have been screaming from the roof, but it took a really long time. I think I see what you're saying and what that. What Miss Shorty is saying, like maybe it's the hype, or not hype, but the popularity of the Karen Reed trial has drawn everyone's eyes to Canton, right? So now other cases are getting the attention based on the corruption that we saw in the Reed trial, right? Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Fair enough. Fair enough. Didn't hear anything until Karen Reed trial. Same. They've been on it, but Karen's case was at the. Okay. She didn't have a supportive family. I thought that her mom or someone, there was a lady that was talking about her that was real close with her on the news. Once the family was able to have the Emmy they hired, ruled it. Yeah. So it was the independent investigator, right? Or the independent medical examiner. Okay, that makes sense. And then they ruled it, and then that's substantial evidence to kick the FBI in gear. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, that's my Hugin. That's Miko's. Happened before, but the digging has been justified. Excellent. It is like the Soto case in a way. I've never heard of it. Send me a link. What link? Oh, to come up? I have to go soon, Miss Shorty. Oh, shit. I'm so far behind. Hold on. I'm so far behind. Oh, fuck. Because I got to go soon. Here, I'll send you a link, and you could come on real quick and tell us. Because I'm curious. See if she could get this in time. All right. Let's see. Miss Shorty, I just dropped it. Sorry, I'm way behind. I hope she's still here. Miss Shorty. I just dropped it. Tell me if you see it. You're behind, but I'm going over Birchmore tomorrow on my channel. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a show. I'm not going to be here tomorrow, probably. Oh, shit. Dr. Bay. Oh. Look, I know everybody gets thrilled at Baden, but I don't know. Is he? I need to look if he's the same way. He's not the. Never mind. Just ignore that. I need to make sure, because there's. I can't remember if it was Baden or someone else who did some autopsies that are really fucked up. Yeah, I know he did Epstein. There's Miss Shorty's here. Okay, let's see. What's up, Miss Shorty?
Oh, hi, Dad. How you going?
Oh, hello. Hey, tell us. So can you? I'm sorry, I have the worst headache. Can you run this down for me? What the fuck is going on here?
Yes. So, it's my understanding, like I've heard about Karen Reed and Sandra Birchmore in the same podcast about late 2022, like just one of those 1 hour long podcasts. So it's always been intermingled in terms of awareness, because there were of those linked key players. But then, as people have been saying, because of the suicide ruling in the medical certificate, there wasn't much they could do because it wasn't an active case. But it's my understanding that that the, like I said in the chat, that the reason the feds uncovered Karen Reed was because they were already looking into the Sandra Birchmore, the handling of her death. Yes, so they were looking into the corruption involved in the Norfolk County District Attorney's office, and those key players within the Canton and the Stoughton PD, and so they happened upon the bullshit with Karen Reed whilst looking into the corruption into Sandra Birchmore's death. So
wait, that's interesting. So what triggered that? Because here's the thing: when you look at the crossover players that I've seen so far, it's been Link, and then what's his name I just said his name a minute ago. Guarino.
And also Kevin Albert.
Yeah.
But also it's the DA Morrissey. It's the district attorney's office.
And Michael Morrissey.
Yeah, Michael Morrissey. So he's and that's what the feds were looking into. I believe that they have had a wiretap on Morrissey's office for a very long time.
That's the other one.
Yes. So who? Tully, yes.
So
yes,
it's
Tully's the
5.
other one. 5
Okay.
people, but Morrissey's like pulling all the strings because they're all investigators for the DA's office. Tully and Garino and Proctor all were working as investigators there.
Okay, here we
so
go. Susie has a list. Okay. So that's 5 plus, well, if we include Morrissey, that's 5. So we got Lank, Fanning, Guarino, Albert, Tully. And
Yep.
then we've got Morrissey. Okay. So here's what I want to know real quick. Out of those 6, let's take Morrissey out, right? Because Morrissey, he's kind of all encompassing of everyone. Like,
Yep.
chances are if there's corruption, and if it is coming from the top, if we're doing
Yep.
some trickle down shit here, he's going to know all of it. So let's just take him out. Which one of these 5, I'm curious, led to Karen? Because there's no way all 5 of them did. I know that they're stupid, but I feel like even reading the text between, like, they're all fucking meatheads. But like,
no, I think what happened was that that the investigation into the handling, like the police, like those 4 minus Morrissey, that was suspicious, and then that's because of their some of their positions with the being investigators for Michael Morrissey's office. Then the investigation funneled straight up to them, and then they focused all of their, I believe, from what Sean's kind of intonated towards, is that they focused all of their, the feds, all of their investigation on Morrissey. And before, when you were saying, is this in the press conference, is this a nod to all of those key players to flip or be fucked? Yeah. It absolutely is, 100%. This is like, it's the same as the letter that the Attorney General sent to Morrissey to say, we do not think you should go ahead with this. We're giving the defense the whole Turu report, the whole file. Basically, they're getting so many warnings. It's like shit's about to go down. I reckon people are skeptical, and I firmly believe that that
I think you're on something.
100%. Karen and Sandra both, or John O'Keefe, Officer John O'Keefe and Sandra Birchmore both, and don't take this the wrong way, but they're small, incidental fish, and they're very important, don't get me wrong, but this is big. Yes, so that's where it's all, it came from. I don't know how, I think probably the family reported, because it's her auntie, her mother died when she was young, that's why she was a vulnerable adult. Yeah. So I have a feeling that they're on there, like they're Morrissey's on the Fed's last nerve, and these press conferences are very, like Levy's press conference today was very cleverly worded. He's very clever. He's a very good man. And so I think they're giving this is like they're like 1, 2, and they're on number 3 before they're going into the naughty corner. So, i.e., federal prison.
So here's the thing. Morrissey's a fucking dipshit. When we look up all of their, aside from woke windows, you can look up how much they make a year. All of them. You could literally just Google, Canton police, how much do they make a year? Norfolk District Attorney Town. So when we look at how much these motherfuckers make, I'm talking like on all levels. I pointed this out the other day. John O'Keefe is making half of what these other cops who have been there just as long as him are making.
The Canton police people have been doing 10, 20, 30, 80 hours overtime every week for a year. Like, it's ridiculous.
But also disability. They list their disability, which is something that other states like New York doesn't do. So when we look at that, the disability's through the roof for some of these guys. They're getting to go to Fenway, and they're making $400 to stand there and watch a fucking game, while John's over here working construction and other officers are working, these shittier gigs. And when you look at the amount of like one of them, the overtime matched his salary. So when we look at all of these guys, and I've looked at 3 of them, this is before I knew that they were, well, 2 of them I knew, but one of them I didn't know was linked until you guys posted it to this. They all make a lot more money. I'm curious. Morrissey's been there a long fucking time. He's obviously he's got political ties. It's bureaucracy out the ass. He's definitely bond paid for. There's a lot of shit going on there. I'm curious what his pension is. Like, why has he not just been kicked the fuck out? Like, why have they just not, why have the feds not come down hard on him already? Is it because, I mean, I understand there's a lot of people involved. Maybe it's just all coming to a head now. But why does he get 3 chances? Why does the state get to decide whether they're going to do anything? I mean, fucking
There's
fire
no well,
them all.
from what I understand, I think from Attorney Betterow, but don't quote me on that. But because he has got no opposing, like there's no party opponent to run against Morrissey. There hasn't been. He's been in that seat. You know, he's an incumbent for the longest time.
How many people in here? How many people in here do we have in Boston? Who's in Boston in the chat? If you're in Boston, put a 1 in the chat right now. If you're in Boston, one of you is going to run against Morrissey. Fuck this. I'm tired.
So
I don't want to see this guy on my screen anymore.
So the kingpin, like the people who decide, you know, like each party, I don't even know what. I guess he's liberal. But the people who decide that, like the bigger picture people who decide, it may well be that they go, no, fuck this guy, Morrissey's too much of a headache.
No, he's not liberal. He's a fucking Republican.
Oh, he's a Republican. There. Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry, I'm not American politics.
I think
it's not
flipped.
my thing. But
yeah, it's flipped here.
Yeah. So he's until they decide, like the big wigs in his particular party, until they decide, nah, this guy's too much of a headache. They haven't been, because it's a safe seat and he's run unopposed. They haven't put anyone else in. You know, like basically the puppeteers haven't pulled him out yet, as well as the feds and what have you. And I'll let you go, and I've got to go in a second anyway.
He
also,
is
but
physically giving me a headache. Like, I hate this guy.
Yes. And the other thing was, there have been standouts and a lot of vocal stuff for Sandra Birchmore, but like people said in the chat, because it hasn't been the case wasn't brought back into being active until I think it was midway through last week, maybe the start. So it was active for a week and a half, as opposed to being a suicide or like a not a case. That it was brought back into active status. I think it was last Monday, perhaps. Don't quote me on that. And then within a week and a half, they've arrested Matthew Farwell. So things will happen very quickly now. And I think that, and as far as why they haven't done anything, you know, the feds have got a 97% conviction rate when they actually go ahead with charges and indict people and pull them in, and because they have to have everything perfect, and that's why they have such an amazing high ratio of conviction rate.
Joe has a 99 one. Get him there. Get Colorado dad over there. Why are we even fucking with them anymore? I say fire the whole state. Fire them all. And also, Morrissey's a Democrat, sadly. That's a bummer. Fuck him. Fire him anyway. I don't give a fuck what he is. Fire him. Get him out of here.
I thought Democrat meant that you're a liberal. No?
Yeah, pretty much. But like, apparently he is, and he doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Is like, what is he? All these, you know, these are all just labels. They're all fucking pricks. Yes. They're all evil.
Exactly.
All of them. This guy fucking sucks. I'm very shocked that someone who talks the way this guy talks and acts the way he talks is not like involved in some sort of Freemasonry and already has conspiracies about
100%.
Whatever.
The other question I have about Morrissey is, you know, what the fuck does Kevin Albert have on him? Sorry, not Kevin. What's God, Brian Albert? Jeez, blocked it out. Brian Albert. Like, why would they do anything for him? But it's all. So there's something there, and people. I did pose that question on my Twitter a while ago, and there's some bullshit underage, similar to Sandra Birchmore and the grooming and the you know the child sexual assault on a minor, and also perhaps even something to do with I'd be speculating now, but there's some shady shit, not just political, you know, lining each other's pockets and, you know, one hand shaking the other and patting each other on the back, but also I think there's some dirt there, personal dirt, that Brian Albert has on Morrissey. That's my belief. Speculation.
I'm going to speculate. I'm going to make a guess that just hit me. So Brian Albert, okay, one thing that I definitely know from people, I know people who've been in reality TV. I've worked on documentaries. I know people who have worked in the television, the shitty industry, especially the one that makes like fucking true crime documentary, all that shit. A lot of them actually, especially like comics that end up on like shit like, you know, Survivor shows or The Bachelor, shit like that. Shows like what's it called? Boston's Finest. Like those are like these are the shows, especially when there's a celebrity involved, like a Wahlberg or some shit, which I just realized there is, right? So Brian Albert was on that show, and he was I watched some of it. He's featured in a lot of the promo and the press, but he's not like as featured in the show as you would think. And it occurred to me, like, when they're picking a face, or like there's like a lead and then there's like kind of all the supporting actors, like when they're picking a face, usually that person's like the main guy, but there was definitely like a good mixture of people there, and I noticed they focused more on the girl. And then the guy who was, I believe, John O'Keefe's former partner, who ended up like killing himself, they stepped away from him quite a bit mid-production. Post-production, we saw not as much Brian Albert, but he was in the hype shit. Now I went back and looked into this. I was looking at who worked on it, seeing if I knew any of the people who were, PAs on it, anything like that. It occurred to me, like, whenever you get contracts for shit like that, like Live PD here, there was a whole court case about it. And I learned so much about like how reality TV or basically the television industry plays a role when there's an accident. Look at Rust, for example. That was like movies, right? Well, when there's TV involved with contracts attached to whether it's police, fire, EMS, historically not so good on paper in the court cases. For example, San Antonio, First 48 was their one fucking season for a reason, because people saw a lot of fucked up shit in their procedure. It ended up getting them in a lot of trouble. In Austin and Williamson County, we had a sheriff that ended up going to prison over shit. We had a bunch of cops that got fired. One got fired for sexual harassment over Live PD. We had a bunch of cops get arrested because they killed a guy. They like shot a dude. The Live PD happened to be on scene and got like all of it on film of them illegally arresting this guy and like doing all fucking up royally. And here's the thing, the city gets a shitload of money from the production company. Like they get a huge grant. They get a lot of money. It usually, you would think it would go back into city funds, right? Well, there was a bunch of argument in this one specific case I was reading about that had to do with Wilco about where those funds were going, because they were going into the pockets of local politicians and higher ups in the police. I'm starting.
Well, actually, yes, you're onto something here. Because carry on, but I've got something to leave you with. That will send you down a rabbit hole and a half.
Yeah, just do you think Morrissey maybe?
Yes. Okay. So look, if you could Google, I'm pretty sure that I've got this name right, but I might be wrong. It's someone called Patrick Rose, Rose, and he was sexually raped by it was Brian, not by Brian Abbott. Brian Abbott was just his first few years in Boston PD, and the guy that I think just Google, I think I've got the name right. I might have to send you proper information because it's been a few weeks since I was given this tip. But so this guy who ended up being the top of the Boston PD, whatever that guy's called, I don't know, chief of police. No,
Joe
not that,
versus City of Boston, April 2022. It just ended March 2024. 21 counts of child rape and sexual assault.
Yes, this guy never got. He's got a pension. He got everything. He's got
he was the Boston Police Union president.
That guy, and it's linked into and if you think about like sexual deviancy and assault and rape and all those things that are happening with Sandra Birchmore, this guy it's look into it. It's all linked. Brian Abbott was in when this guy was his like superior in the whenever it was late 90s. Early 2000s perhaps, was doing all this stuff. Everybody knew about it. They like all the police people, everybody knew. He was never fired. He did go to look into it. I think you're onto something there.
Years on a child rape charge for 21 counts.
Yep.
Jane and John Doe. Oh, cool. Okay, cool. It's Boston.
It's Boston. So okay. I think you're onto something. It's across all realms. There's grooming, there's full blown sexual assault. It's all of the people on all the levels, and who knows what if in that world, and it's Norfolk County, I think it's Suffolk County, maybe. Anyway, a close county with all the same key players, very shady, all cover up. Everybody's all apparently my source told me that everybody knew about it, and that never got into the few items in mainstream media, like just a few pieces out there, but no one's ever followed up on that. And there's key players that are maybe not integral but adjacent, like Brian Albert was there at the same time all this was going on. So there you go.
Well, you know what? I can't wait to visit Boston. It seems like it's a blast. We're going to have such a good time, you guys.
Seems like a nice place. Come back, y'all.
It seems totally safe and reasonable. Can't wait to see you kids. This is going to be fantastic.
Anyway, thank you for having me on. I will let you go. I know you've got a headache, but I just wanted to say I know things.
Fucking mind. I pulled up I was looking at it while you were talking. This is so fucked. All right, we're gonna have to Miss Shorty.
Yeah, look into it. I know you're the research person who can get to the bottom of all of this, and I do think that it needs that this one. It's very relevant at the moment with everything that's going on. It's all the same. It's not the same players, but it's the same area. It's I think it's relevant. So and it hasn't had any
treating each other like they're in jail. Like this is blowing my mind. This is
right.
This is right. Yeah, we're gonna have you back on to talk about this.
100%. I'll do some more research because I've only got the very obviously I couldn't even recall if I had the right name, but we'll look into it. And I know someone who the person who gave me the source, he may well be interested to come on and talk about it because he's outraged about it just all being swept under the rug and blind eyes turned left, right, and center. Not okay.
No, it's not okay. I got someone who wants to talk about it. Bring him here. We need this. We need a palate cleanser. This is so disturbing. We need a palate cleanser. I'm going to show you something, Miss Shorty. I only bring this out for special guests. This is your god, everyone. Peep him. This is the Hugin. There you go. He blessed you. Nobody look at his wink. Nobody look at his wink. If you do, you're grounded. Okay?
All right. I'm going to go. Thank you so much, Dad. Love to see you.
I love you. You're the best. You're my favorite kid. Don't tell the others. Listen, guys. Miss Shorty's onto something. Go follow her channel. I'm going to put a link below. I'm glad you all got to see the Hugin. He blesses you all. Your dad's got to go. I got to go read this shit.
Bye,
I'm going to link it in the chat. Goodbye. Bye. And I'm linking this in the chat for everyone if you want to go read some more. Corruption exposed to us by Miss Shorty, who I bet is very tall. I don't know. I wanted to ask her that. I didn't get to. Are you tall? Are you tall, Miss Shorty? Listen. That was the Hugin. He blesses you. If you guys aren't doing anything tomorrow night and you are in the Austin, Texas area, you are welcome to come at 8 p.m. to Creek in the Cave. Or Creek in the Cage. Where me, Dad, and his boyfriend in the Hugin, and a whole bunch of our friends, our buddy Josh from New York. We got Lemaire Lee from, he does Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast. If you like that, Lemaire is going to be there. We got Dean Stanfield. He's basically Ricky Bobby 2.0. He's a truck driver. He's a NASCAR kid. He does stand-up comedy. He has a killer mullet. He's fantastic. Jamie Kilstein. If you ever listen to Jamie's old podcast, he's a guy. He's vegan. He's great. We love him. Chris Tellez, not pronounced Tellez, in no relation to the guy who was just convicted in Vegas. No, different Chris. He was TJ Miller's opener. He's great. He's fantastic. I once kicked him out of my house very rudely because I was tired, but I love him to death. He's my buddy. He's going to be there. All right. And we're all going to be there. And there's going to be a wrestler, Santa Chiva, and he's going to beat the shit out of someone in a bar. We're going to watch together. It's going to be good. It's going to be very fun. And then I'm going to tell people about wrestling and show them old clips of things. And then there's going to be stand up. And everybody's going to do a crab crawl and eat some clams and go home. So if you guys are in the Austin, Texas area and you want to come on out, Creek in the Cave, 8 p.m. It's called Creek in the Cage. It's easy to remember. If you have ibuprofen, please mail it to me. I love you so much. Thank you to Miss Shorty. You're 4 hours away. Are you in Dallas, American Nana? Where are you? Where are you? Are you in Corpus? Harlingen? Houston? I will come see you. I will come take you to a thrift store. We will go antiquing. And we will get to the bottom of all of this fuck shit. I put a link in the chat. I'll put one more. If you guys want to read that case with that fucked up guy that Miss Shorty was talking about. Holy hell. Holy hell. Miss Shorty did do a live with Aunt Deb about a week ago. It was fantastic. I loved it. East Texas, oh no. I don't want to go to East Texas, but I will for you, American Nana. I'm scared to death. I'm not going to Tyler. You can't get me to go to Tyler. I'm sorry. Listen, I love you. Your niece is by me. Tell her I will protect her. Oh, no, you're in East Texas. How far east? Ah, fuck. There's some places I can't go, Nana. In all seriousness, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. You can click like if you liked it. If you didn't like it, I must insist you be honest and you click the thumbs down. I'd rather you lie to me about how you feel about me, but when it comes to how you feel about these videos, tell me the truth. Okay? Outside of Tyler? Okay. I can't get too close. Can't get too close now. I love that for you. You're fantastic. American Nana has a channel. Go to her page. Add them too. It was awesome catching up. We missed you so much. I'm so glad that you kids, and I mean, all of us, our ACs are getting fixed. Life is getting better. Doctor on call is healing. Her husband's healing. We're all healing. Everybody's healing. You've been to Canton? Do you want to run against more? We need to get someone to run against Morrissey. That's my next focus. You know, what if we could solve all this bullshit by getting one of you to run for Morrissey's position? If literally just everyone on the channels on YouTube voted for whoever we pick, you could be like fucking Santa of Canton or whatever it is he does. He's a district attorney, I know, but like, let's be real. He's basically like, what does he do there? What is he fucking? He's like a mall Santa. It'll be fun. You can do positive corrupt things. You can do corrupt things like open cases that were once closed and then solve them for real. How fun would that be? It'd be fantastic. We need to get this motherfucker out of office. How do we get him out of office? Should Aunt Deb run? I bet Aunt Deb would be great. She should dress like Judge Bev. The platform could be not Morrissey. This is fantastic. Absolutely. This is fantastic. Yeah, but we got to be careful. Some of them are nutty as fuck. I need to get one of you sane kids in there. We need to get someone sane who's good at fighting crime. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd feel like that would, you know, that he would get in too many fights. He'd end up being the next Eric Mays. We can't have that. I don't even fucking live there. Do you have to get an endorsement? I endorse them. I endorse you, Colors Flight. I endorse your cat, your cute cat. You've been listening and lurking? I like your bird, you big fucking bird. You don't even get out much. We're gonna get you out. We're gonna get you out. Let's take American Nana. Let's make her the DA. Fuck. She'll do a great job. She's a very pleasant voice. She'd be great at the local city council shit. Oh my God. I'm going to go play Fallout. Have fun playing Fallout. I'm going to literally fall out. Yeah, that one. That's the one who's like, that's why we get pom-poms and we shake them. It's like, oh my God, don't say that ever. Don't do that. You're not a cheerleader. You're not a cheer mom. Don't do that. Stop that. Stop buying pom-poms. I'm going to go take an ibuprofen and then I'm going to read the rest of this because this shit is really fucking... What is this? Is this thing cursed? Did this give your dad a headache? Also, if you guys weren't here, the Birchmore shit dropped. I had a weird dream. I met a lady from Boston, and then all of it, like, not that I met when I actually met a lady from Boston, and then this pin, found that on the ground outside under my car. What the fuck? Something's weird. Something's weird's happening. I thought I found an arrowhead. Turns out, weren't none. Pretty pissed off. I've had so much water. I have a fancy water. Look at the bottle. Look at how nice that bottle is. So much water out of it. Yeah, dude. What the fuck indeed? More water. That's a good idea. That was under my fucking car. What is that? This little fucking weird pin. The fuck? I'm in Texas. I'm in buttfuck Egypt, Texas. I'm in liberal ass Texas. I'm just going to start making it. I'm going to assign political parties to what they're not from now on. Yeah, it is bizarre, right? Talking to a friend, telling him about this shit, listening to the Birchmore shit. Just met a woman at Trader Joe's who said she's from there. Oh, I'm from Norfolk. What? You grew up in Boston and Norfolk? This is crazy. Talk to her about the case a little. Get in the car. Go pick up my homie. Take him from his Turo. He's like, there's a shiny thing under there. It said Massachusetts. Move your tire. Boom. That. What the fuck? Yeah, don't love it either. Not into that. Very scared. Very scared. It is friggin' weird. It's upsetting. Why was that there? I don't know anybody. That pin is fucking weird. And then one of you kids said, maybe the pin is in my tire. Well, great. Now I got to go look at my tires. Because now I'm going to think about that a lot. I'll send that pic to you. Lollipop. What if any? What if any? You can't take it anymore? Oh. Was OB marked? Was I marked by the beast? Fuck. What does that mean? By Gay Jeff? Did he piss on me? Did he spray me? I bet it smells like fancy fucking Yvon Saint Laurent perfume or some shit. A little salt water in my asshole. What do I do? How do I get this? How do I get the Gay Jeff off me? How do I not be cursed? Yeah, I can't. I'm on a no Benadryl thing. Hey, thank you. Mark for a hit? Oh, shit. Mark for a hit? Oh, shit. Smells like White Claw, does it? I'm not going to sniff it. It was on the ground, like, under my tire. Like, I don't need to smell it. But, yeah, I'm definitely marked. Mark of the beast. Jeff's going to get me. Ooh, Olympia? I'm going to go eat a lumpia. All right. I love you, kids. I got to go. You're the best. Thank you. God bless. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for talking. I hope you had a good day. We're going to talk about Delphi jail next week because now we're balls deep in some other shit that I didn't mean to get us into. I'm sorry, but what the fuck is that pin? That's weird. That's very weird. That damn Gay Jeff. Still no response from your Aunt Deb. I think it's her. I think she did it. She's sneaking. She's snooping around. She's in town. I love you to death, kids. I love you to death. Egg cleanse? Don't fucking challenge me to an egg cleanse. You know that your dad's all about a good egg cleanse. Nothing more that I love than an egg cleanse. I think about it every day. Fuck. Yeah, I know. It's upsetting, Susie. I want the universe to shut the fuck up. I love you kids so much. You're the best. So glad I had you and birthed you out of my loins.